And welcome in officially, everybody, into the aftermath. That is WrestleMania, or should I say Mania, as we bring to you virtually from Tampa Bay, Florida. Backlash, or no, I'll be serious here. This is what happens when you have retribution to be seek, revenge to be found, a vendetta to be settled, or new glory to be found. Because with every reaction, with everyone's decision, sometimes come with it Backlash. And this is Backlash Tampa. Welcome to our pre-show discussion here at the Simple Studios. Welcome everybody into the conversation. Hello, everybody, and welcome back in here once again to the Simple Studios. It's been a while. I haven't seen you all on a live watch-along forum since WrestleMania. So welcome once again to the SRS. You know what this is, friend. This is man, the Simple Brand, the voice of SRS for a great for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. My name is Noah Foster. Thank you all for tuning in, whether live, of course, with us, you are live, whether on YouTube or X. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pay by the patch, as simple as that. We have 5 matches on tap tonight. We have Iyo Sky taking on Auska, Danhausen, the mystery partner, taking on The Miz and Kit Wilson. Roman Reigns defending the Worldwide Championship against Fatu. Trick Williams defends the United States Championship in a WrestleMania rematch against Sami Zayn, and Seth freaking Rollins goes one-on-one with Bron Breakker. That and so much more with John Cena's big announcement ahead tonight at Backlash. I'm, of course, with Statboy Mike, Statboy Approve. Of course, you all remember us for the WrestleMania call. Thank you again, everyone that tuned into that. And it's good to finally back here on the commentary booth, the most reliable individual inside the SRS family, Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz. And good to see Rockin' Ropes. Shout out to DJ. Hope he's doing well. And good to see everybody in the chat, whether you're chatting or whether you're just shadowing, watching us. Again, you all continue to make it possible for the passion, the content to persist and pursue and perpetually going. As this is the first of a triple feature we're giving today this Saturday. Because after Backlash, we're going to take a short break and come back with you with a retro watch along for AEW Fairway to Hell before we transition into the weekly moderated conversation wrestling matters. That is the Saturday shenanigans. So let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing tonight before we get right into Backlash. First and foremost, Statboy, good to see you once again. Haven't seen you since WrestleMania. How you feeling about Backlash tonight, my friend?
Well, Backlash has been a big thing in my life because when living with Renegade, you do something stupid, you get Backlash. But it's been great. NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs are in the second round, so that's a good thing. Taking a break from that, I actually made an executive decision, and although tonight there is a game between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Philadelphia Flyers, I told my brother, I said, you know what, I'd rather be with my family with wrestling than talk about hockey tonight because I was basically burned out during round 1. So round 2 is in swing. At some point, we may give an update on what's happening on hockey, but the focus tonight is the fallout from WrestleMania, and the Backlash begins in just under 30 minutes.
That's right. Of course, you can watch along with us via the ESPN Unlimited service. It's the only way to watch exclusively here in the States, even if you have background noise for something else. But also, of course, the first hour will be live for fans on ESPN2. But again, ESPN Unlimited is how you keep up with the entire show. As Walter Cruz has this and much more going on, it feels like. He's always working 24/7, 365, 7 days a week, day and night, all the time. Whether it's family or whether it's some other conflict on a screen, it's always good to have the most reliable member of the family back here in commentary, Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz. Walter, you got a lot of commotion going on there, I feel like. Just want to have peace after your time in Las Vegas. How are you?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to this. I'm feeling fine. Sorry, my son was going up. I'll be right back, but yeah, I'm feeling good. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I don't know. Traditionally, Backlash isn't my favorite since the swinging hammers or whatever they are having
completely agree
in the background. Yeah,
completely
but we'll see. At the least, they don't call it WrestleMania Backlash anymore.
Fair. All right, fair enough. Well, anyway, take care of your family. As I always say, prayers over passions. There's no bigger priority than your family. By the way, shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy belated Mother's Day to you. And again, being Mental Health Awareness Month, folks, can't stress it enough. Take care of yourself, support one another, respect each other, and protect your mentality too. With that being said, Statboy Mike, let's get right into it. And why don't we talk about it? And we got Trick Williams on our screen. Let's talk about the one match that is a rematch from WrestleMania with literal Backlash. It's Trick Williams defending the United States Championship against everyone's favorite Muppet. Well, former Muppet, favorite Muppet. Now it feels like he's everyone's grumpy ginger, Sami Zayn. Of course, Sami Zayn, previous United States champion, was looking to take this title from Trick Williams after losing it at WrestleMania, was trying to embarrass the man with the help of Lil Yachty and a gingerbread man. We've seen Sami Zayn kind of turn Trick Williams' WrestleMania moment into post-WrestleMania madness. To the point now, though, Trick Williams, though, we'll see if it's his time to shine. Remember when John Cena first started, folks, he won the United States Championship against the Big Show, WrestleMania 20, and the rest is history. Trick Willie right now, let's talk about it. He believes the coolest thing since sliced bread. And, of course, being a former linebacker, we're talking about his football background, talking about how important it is to be a United States champion. It's one of those things that Sami Zayn, though, he's trying to spoil Trick Williams' moment and literally deny him of any profit. So here we are in Tampa Bay, Florida. Mikey, what do you think about the fact we got this rematch literally within a month prior to the actual match from WrestleMania? Do you see enough to maybe happening here tonight? Is Trick Williams maybe looking past Sami Zayn? Has Sami Zayn gotten underneath his skin enough where we might get an upset here? What do you think?
Well, Sami Zayn, of course, love him to death, great guy. But I feel at some point we're going to say the line, run as fast as you can, because Sami Zayn, you killed the gingerbread man. What the heck is this storyline going at? So, Trick Williams just got the belt. So I see a good match, but I don't see the title going back to Sami. My official pick for this match will be that Trick retains and walks out with the belt. It's going to be a banger of a match. But, I mean, when you got a guy, could you imagine being hired by WWE to play the gingerbread man? Who has TKO lost their mind? I mean, they're already causing enough problems as they are, but why? Why would you bury the gingerbread man on national television when all you have to do is dunk him in a glass of milk? Have you not seen the first Shrek movie? I'm just saying.
The legs fall off. He can't walk.
Exactly. So, I mean, like I said, banger of a match. It's going to be great. We're going to get to whoop that Trick. They're going to tear the house down, but sorry, El Generico. Trick Williams retains, and the coat of many strands that went all the way down the WrestleMania ramp is now retired. But Trick Williams wins hands down.
It's just one of those things that I feel like it's an already decided conclusion right now. We're all literally whooping that Trick. We're aboard the Trick train. If you literally saw his entrance, this man has written star power literally all over himself in his lemon pepper steppers. Looks like a star, feels like a star, dresses like one, knows what he's worth. It's just one of those things that I feel like Trick Williams, literally the sky's the limit for this guy. He's been one of the most explosive rising stars on the SmackDown roster in the call-up since NXT, outside Oba Femi and Javon Evans, ever since arriving on the scene and confronting, of course, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes back in January. Trick Williams has always put himself at the forefront of the conversation, and I think that Sami Zayn is envious and jealous. At one point with Sami thought he wasn't going to get a WrestleMania moment. Trick was like, better luck next time. And Sami Zayn let the emotions get the better of him. Instead of focusing on what he wanted to do, which was win at WrestleMania, he wanted to embarrass Trick Williams, and I think that cost Sami Zayn as we look back at this VTR here. And when Trick won the title at WrestleMania, it just felt like to me that it was time for a changing of the guard to see what new opportunities lie with Trick Williams holding this title. But I think he has to put down Sami Zayn once and for all tonight to move away from this gingerbread, little yachty, underwhelming, AI-built storyline nonsense. I got to go with Trick Williams as well. The only thing that Sami Zayn has on his side is experience. And we know how psychological he can be in the ring. He's a master manipulator. We saw it during his time as Fidel Castro during the pandemic. He was previously the United States champion. Let's forget. Now, whether or not he wants to channel that propaganda machine back to get back to that former glory, he very might need to do that. But I got to go with Trick Williams tonight as well. And again, folks, Backlash is just literally a little bit under 20 minutes away. ESPN2 have the first hour for you. ESPN Unlimited, though, is how you watch the entire show. Unless you're international, you got Netflix. Congrats to all of you. Shout out to Seth and Matt Holmes, who have also joined us here in the chat. Very nice. Speaking of things very nice, let's talk about something very nice, very evil. Danhausen making his PLE match debut with Taghausen, taking on The Miz and his tiny balls, and the toxic writer of poetry himself, Kit Wilson. I said what I said. Tell me anything that I said wrong. Stop when I'm telling lies. We're seeing kind of the tension here with The Miz and Danhausen reach a boiling point where at one point we're going to get like a mentoring type of partnership here. But we've seen him spoil wedding vows, invade the man's house, and at one point, The Miz, well, he kicked Danhausen where the sun don't shine. Then again, he literally is always dark. I guess the sun never shines there. But Kit Wilson, though, and The Miz have kind of found a common ally with each other against a common annoyance. And I'm sure Kit Wilson believes that Danhausen is the definition of toxic. Now, Nick Aldis has given Danhausen the opportunity for revenge and redemption, but he has to find a tag team partner. Of course, shout out to the 40-plushers that feel like your predictions. Stat Boy, what are we doing here? What's going on? Who is Taghausen? And what are your thoughts on this internal feud of proportions? I can't write a poem that makes sense about this. Sorry, folks.
I am finding a talent that I'm liking. Okay, I don't know much about Danhausen. Didn't really follow in AEW. I'm glad that he's popping up on ESPN, and he unlifted the curse, or he uncursed the Knicks. So the Knicks are happy about that. Yeah, this is only his third official match in WWE. So, there are names galore that he could be teaming with. We don't really know. I'm going to go with the wild card here on that one. I have to, say his name and he will appear. I think we're going to get Joe Hendryhausen tonight. That is that's what I think. That's what appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Damn it.
That is my official guess. And I still will believe that Danhausen and whoever will get a win on this one. He is a funny character. I love when you bring up pop culture with WWE with Danhausen. For example, the Waffle House guy that Renegade and Mr. Walter met. Hey, Danhausen likes Waffle House. Who doesn't like Waffle House? I love Waffle House.
So I can't judge yet, but continue.
Come to Tennessee, you're going to Waffle House, I promise.
I honestly never been.
Okay, if the big announcement also, and I'm foreshadowing, if the big announcement that John Cena makes tonight, if WrestleMania 44 is coming to Nashville, the gears and the title and everything else the whole family is coming to Tennessee in 2 years. I've wanted this forever and a day. If you think you want to see me mark out for an announcement, this will be the night. I know I'm jumping ahead, but still, to have you guys go this right. But anyway,
fair enough. Continue.
I am happy for Danhausen, but I'm also worried about Danhausen because let's face it, The Miz, with the leaving of the New Day, I do believe that The Miz is one of the longest tenured people in WWE. Is he a locker room leader? Don't know about the politics in that. Is he like a veteran? Yes. Is his legacy what it is? Yes. But it also, you can look at it and say that, well, it's kind of like, what more can we do with The Miz other than eventually put him in the Hall of Fame? That's pretty much the only thing left for him. So, of course, the executives make Danhausen look good. We'll put you with Kit Wilson. We'll go from there. Where do you go from here? I have no idea. Do I see Danhausen becoming a title contender? Not in any time soon, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is, but right now, give him the win here and then find something else for him to do and make it quick.
Well, that being said, Walter, of course, R-Truth and Damian Priest are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It was R-Truth and Danhausen that first promoted ESPN, how you watch WrestleMania through it. And we saw, of course, in Friday Night SmackDown, Danhausen got embarrassed again, mocked by The Miz and Kit Wilson. And so basically their whipping boy, because it doesn't seem like nobody wants to be the tag partner of Danhausen. So with that outlook in mind, do you think Danhausen and Taghausen could become future tag team title contenders with a win over The Miz and Kit Wilson? I almost called him John Morrison. What do you think, Walter?
Too bad El Clone is signed to another company because, I mean, isn't that what he needs? He needs a clone right now.
I don't think there's nobody in WWE that fits a Danhausen to be Danhausen or mini Danhausen, but continue.
Right. His Steve Urkel style cloning experiment went awry last night if you watched SmackDown. So
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
maybe we haven't seen Punk since Romania. Maybe it's Punk housing. That's been a thing before. So I don't know, but and MFTs wear a certain kind of paint that one of the people are having fall out. He might as well just change the paint to this and become what would be Tama housing, I guess.
Danhausen.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
there's so many ways they can go with this, but another mystery thing. WWE is loving their mystery stuff this year.
Well, they love their pops too. Let's not forget about that. And I'm sure there'll be some sort of pop in Tampa Bay, Florida. Maybe it's somebody on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I guess, that could be partnered with Danhausen. I don't know.
I have no idea, but I'm pretty positive that they're going to be the one to win.
All right, fair enough. I just think crotch punch to the Miz's tiny balls again, and that's it. Game over. Because we saw what happened at WrestleMania, where he literally punched him right where the tiny sun don't shine. So yeah, Danhausen, Taghausen for the win. As we continue looking through this card here, Walter, I'll let you lead off in the conversation with this. We saw Seth freaking Rollins see the future go through Bron Breakker last year when he joined his vision, the Raw after WrestleMania. But since then, though, Breakker has already pointed out he was a star. He didn't need Rollins' help. But Seth Rollins, of course, every chance he took it on himself, whether or not people agree with the decision, it always ended in him being involved in title contention or winning a championship. Now we see the Vapor, what was 1 year ago, what its condensation cycle has made this to become, where we're finally getting Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker one-on-one, since Bron cost him the match at WrestleMania, and Seth cost Bron the Royal Rumble and cost him WrestleMania. But in a match where it's not about physical capability, but literally your mentality, the architect is called that for a reason. He always has a plan. A Steiner, not much of a planner. They more react versus think or plan. So with this being said, do you think Bron Breakker will prove to Seth Rollins that he's ready because he knows how to use this, and maybe Paul Heyman will be the influence that allows him to succeed? Or do you think Seth Rollins teaches Bron a lesson and we continue what I think is going to be an ongoing story? What do you think about this match 1 year, and let's call it what it is, folks, 1 year and 3 weeks later?
Well, one last thing on the Danhausen. Too bad Elton Prince isn't cleared, because it would have been funny if he can come back. But
I was
in
actually
terms of
thinking of him
this,
as a choice.
I think this is the evolution of Breakker. I really think they're about to get rid of that name because they keep saying Steiner on TV a hell of a lot. I think they're finally about to give him the Steiner name and just rocket ship this dude. Not that they haven't been rocket shipping him before, but I think this is the evolution. I won't be shocked, if I'm being 100% honest, if he actually squashes Rollins. Like, Rollins barely gets any offense in here. I'm not saying they will do that, but it wouldn't shock me because I really feel like this is a showing for Bron Breakker. I'm 100% think he's getting the win. If it's a back and forth contest, regardless, something's going to happen where he can beat Rollins. I think Rollins has done everything you can in WWE, and he's trying to get back and make the younger generation look good. So I think this is probably, honestly, Seth Rollins' idea backstage-wise. So I really feel like they're about to strap it. And the fact that they keep saying Steiner over and over again, I feel like the next change to his character is about to happen. He's gonna actually establish his family's name and embrace it, and we're gonna see a new version of him. I mean, the man has been dominant since NXT days. He was one of the few bright spots in the Rainbow Bright era of NXT. which is why JJ started watching them. But I really feel like they're gonna bring the Steiner name, and he's gonna do everything. So I got Breaker all the way.
That being said, Stat Boy, you think about again the history of Bron Breakker and Seth Rollins. The last one-on-one was literally over the NXT Championship, which Seth wanted to ask Shawn Michaels, "Who's the best talent you got down there? Give me them." And Shawn Michaels gave him Bron Breakker. Of course, Seth won that night. Bron Breakker, though, again, he's got all the tools for the ring, but is he key on the mic? Because in this business, you gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. He still seems a little bit uncertain, unsteady, and I think nervous to a degree. And maybe Seth wants to exploit Bron for his strength versus prey on his weaknesses here tonight at Backlash to see if he could find another vulnerability. But what do you think?
Totally agree with what you said about that one-on-one matchup between them. This is their third official match against each other. It did go all the way back to NXT. They did face each other in the Royal Rumble, but nothing really happened there. Braun's first match back from injury. I can see a win, but they're also playing up what win or lose. Where does Seth go from this? Of course, they were comparing Braun coming after Seth, which of course was the Braun was, I believe, the first casualty of the Vision, and they compared that to the Shield. They've also touched on Seth's age. He is getting up there in years, so we don't know how much more he's got in the tank.
That's fair.
I'm going to go with Seth on this one, as Michael Cole is coming down to ringside and getting his spot for his commentary. Will it be a good match? Yes. Will it be power versus power or power versus brains? Because you cannot deny Braun's athleticism and his speed and everything that he does. I mean, to get that fast, to run the 40 in as fast as he can. I mean, that's NFL level quality right there. So I'm definitely going to go with Seth on this one. I will not be surprised though if they do give the win to Braun. Maybe look for some shenanigans because, like Walter said, they need to stretch out 3 hours of time with only 5 matches. So if something is going to happen during this match, i.e. the remaining members of the Vision come out, Logan Paul comes out, and we'll see from there. But who knows? This one's up in the air, but we'll go with it, and I'm going to say Seth.
If they do come out, I don't think the Street Profits will be far behind, so we may see some shenanigans like that.
But do you think Bron Breakker, who's looking for that key win to prove Rollins right, does he want to get it done on his own? How definitive of a statement is Bron Breakker looking for here? Yes, you're talking about what's next for Seth Rollins. What's next for Bron Breakker? Okay, he's Paul Heyman's Vision. The Vision has become a vapor. The Vision has no stock in WWE except Bron Breakker. If Bron Breakker doesn't come out here tonight and prove a statement against Seth freaking Rollins, he's already proverbially buried 6 feet under. He's got to prove something to Seth, in my opinion. I don't necessarily think it's a win unless it's one-on-one, unless he breaks Seth Rollins. To your point, does the body wear away before the mind here? What gives between these two? That's the key thing to think about.
I think if you notice, they really haven't even been – they've been kind of keeping the Vision and Braun kind of separate. He still has Paul, but they haven't really been seen as a group in unison anymore. That's why I feel like they're kind of trying to – I'm not making these puns on purpose, but break him away from it and like make him a new star. Like seriously, like I really feel like they're gonna add the Steiner name, and he's just the Vision ain't gonna have nothing to do with him. He's gonna be this big guy. He can be a Paul Heyman guy on his own if they want, and have the Steiner name, and Paul Heyman may. Or he might, if you look at last night in these little warnings, he might go to Cody. You never know. The way he said everybody eventually needs the wise man. So,
well, one thing America needs is some honesty about our nation as we now get ready for the singing of our national anthem.
Who is that? Sonia Bryson Kirkson. Oh,
okay,
Air
I'm
Force.
a little bit behind you guys.
Retired U.S. Air Force. We'll get it through the freaking thing.
USA. I paused it after they showed the flag.
Excellent stuff. And for those that didn't have the decorum to mute themselves, remember next time, please and thank you, as we fade to black and prepare now for our cold opener. Welcome everybody again to Super Album Studios as we get ready now for Backlash. All right. And shout out to Bali Man there in the chat. And
I just got forever, so you can know.
All right. Well, we'll make sure we pause when we're all at the together, so that way everyone's at the same page.
Just pause that together.
Streaming services are what they are, but again, folks, if you're tuning in with us, ESPN2 to watch the first hour along with us, or ESPN Unlimited to watch the entire thing. Once you see the guy on your screen, Mikey, let us know.
Forever and
all right.
And
okay.
together.
Wow. There we go. Together.
And we'll get together on our screen as we're all in this together as we fade to black and we get ready now. Coming to you virtually from lovely, sunny Tampa Bay, Florida, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We bring you tonight the fallout since WrestleMania season with new call-ups looking to shine and new storylines to hopefully be defined as this is Backlash from Tampa. And again, folks, thank you all for tuning in. As you see, Sami Zayn, the United States champion, Trick Williams, with Little Yachty, the only match tonight that is literally a WrestleMania rematch. Looking to seize the gold once again and break a ginger man. We also have Auska and Iyo Sky in a story of student versus senpai, as Iyo Sky looks to rise above Auska tonight and prove
I still said that shit should have happened at Mania.
Oh, the jury is out, but also Danhausen's here in the Danhausen mobile, and whether or not he has a tag team partner or a taghausen, we'll find out soon enough.
Why does he have a poker hat on?
Because I think he's making a gamble.
Because they're in Tampa where it's hot.
And that too, but also check out Fatu making the ultimate gamble, who's looking to seize everything from the tribal chief Roman Reigns, who is sitting and thinking very stoic, knowing he has to take on his own blood. All gas, no breaks. That's coming our main event, and trust us, folks. There'll be plenty of commercial breaks to dive deeper into the match where you think the decision is obvious, but the aftermath is varied as we get ready now for our cold opener here.
Indeed. Cannot wait for the Backlash.
And I cannot wait to see the aftermath.
But Tampa, they're at the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's Raymond James Stadium.
Gotcha. But either way, both of those teams are home to the city.
Hey, he's not the sports guy, so we can give him some leeway.
I don't care about the necessary sports team at the venue, but I do care about, one sports team from the city. You don't have to be a sports fan to know Tampa Bay has blank.
By the way, Statboy, check the private chat. I gave you an update. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Yeah, we do have an update. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons have finished their game, and the Cavaliers won 116 to 109, putting their series at 2-1 in favor of Cleveland.
And again,
but that's basketball. We'll update other stuff happened today. I did see that Pop was in the chats there, and I'm sorry, Pop. The Lightning lost, I think, to the Canadians, so there's that. And
well, I'm sure Nick's very happy about that.
We were rooting for the Lightning to beat the Canadians, but the Canadians were the only team left from Canada that go for the cup, so it was a 50-50 toss-up either way. But hey,
who's the defending champion? The Panthers, right?
The Panthers the Panthers don't even get a chance to defend the cup this year.
Yeah, well.
There will be a new Stanley Cup champion at the end of June.
Well, that being said, let's go ahead and get into things. And Super Studios brings to you Backlash. Shout out, by the way, to Papagino, C-Rod, Matthew, and Dwayne Atkinson, who I believe are all at Backlash tonight.
Yep.
They're live. Hope they have an incredible time.
Gino saw a certain person that we can't say their name in a Chris Van video. I guess it was an interview or some funny bone thing. I saw some pictures of them.
15,200 plus on hand. And again, as Stepway might point out, the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of course, this team was founded back when I was born, actually, in 1992.
They're never going to lower their prices if 15,000 people keep showing up to everything.
Well, that being said,
Burn it down.
That looks like campaign's off hot.
The Revolutionary is making his way out to the arena, and he's in all black.
The visionary, the architect, the founder of the vision, looking to be his own creation's destruction. It is Seth freaking Rollins.
I love that coat. That is a badass coat. That is that is a coat that you can respect.
It looks like it's a fireproof coat. I mean, he literally came out in a smoking jacket at WrestleMania. Pun intended, folks. I'm just saying.
I'm kind of getting a Black Sub-Zero kind of vibe here.
Well, considering Mortal Kombat literally came out yesterday in theaters, it would not surprise me if he's looking to be Bron Breakker's fatality. And again, everybody, hello and welcome to Cinema Studios. Noah Foster, Statboy Mike, Walter Cruz. We welcome you into our coverage here of Backlash here as you are watching live on the Extra on YouTube, watching along with us on ESPN2 or ESPN Unlimited. As Seth freaking Rollins looks to break a dog tonight in Bron Breakker as he is hell-bent on destroying what was once his vision. No longer the mission now.
You talk about dogs. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name?
Well, we'll see whose name we said by the end of this match. And to Seth's point, indeed, it's showtime. Come to some of the wrestling, stay for the karaoke, apparently.
Was that tonight?
I mean, right now, everyone is just literally serenading the madman of the ring, the former Monday Night Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. We got Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, of course, at ringside. And again, Seth Rollins, to your point, he's done everything in this business. He has literally been his own cerebral assassin of this generation, including being the King of Kings himself, Paul Triple Beck at WrestleMania 33. But can Seth Rollins surpass what was his vision for the future, or is the future now with Bron Breakker? Is he ready? That's what we're going to find out here shortly.
I was more of a Street Fighter guy than a Mortal Kombat guy.
I'm not a fighter game guy. I'm a solo-wiz, open-world, single-player, campaign, narrative explorer. That's why Ghost of Yota right now consumes my life.
Gotcha.
I'll have you hear me. The sirens are out.
This big dog is coming out to play.
The fact of the matter, though, that Seth Rollins did literally insulted him and says, you're not even number 2 in your own family. How much does that literally raise the ire of this unpredictable badass who could run laps around his family members in the ring? Bron Breakker.
And this dog fought the Red Baron.
Bron Breakker, by the way, folks, 28 years old, born and bred for this business, has been involved in wrestling now for 10 years, a former multiple-time NXT champion and 2-time Intercontinental champion, being escorted by Paul Heyman. Bron Breakker pointed out he didn't need Seth Rollins. He needed Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman's wisdom, advocatism, whatever you want to give Paul Heyman credit for, Bron Breakker clearly sees Paul Heyman as the gateway to the future, not Seth freaking Rollins.
Bron Breakker's jacket, of course, paying homage to his Steiner family with the speed limit 23 on the jacket side pocket, representing how fast he can run at top speed.
23 miles per hour, and Seth Rollins knows exactly what that feels like, being speared out of his boots, lured this past Monday night on Raw, not to mention at WrestleMania. As these two go eye to eye, we get ready shortly for this opening match. Much to Walter's point, every chance that Bron Breakker has had, he has speared Seth freaking Rollins, literally incapacitated the man. And that very well might be the case here tonight. We don't know the condition of Seth Rollins' ribs or midsection either. The bell rings, we're officially underway. Bron Breakker, fast start! Great agility show by Seth freaking Rollins. And again, to your point, it might be a battle of brains versus brawn. Going to the top base, Suicida, driving Bron Breakker up the entranceway.
He's starting off fast. That's a good way for Seth to win a match. He's done it that way before.
Well, Mikey, to that point, though, who is more emotionally driven for victory tonight? Seth freaking Rollins, who's hell-bent on revenge, or Bron Breakker, who's looking to prove a point? Whoa!
Oh, absolutely. It's Seth, without a doubt. Seth has got much more Seth has got everything to gain, and he doesn't care right now, so he doesn't care if he loses.
And Walter right now, who might be handling a call here, Walter, of course, can give you the tech keys to victory here for Bron Breakker when it comes to athleticism, and Seth Rollins when it comes to his own mental manipulation. Let's not forget, that announce table was the reason Bron Breakker was injured the Raw after WrestleMania with a hernia surgery that removes him from WrestleMania season. And he blames Seth freaking Rollins for that, who curb stopped the man before he could get into the damn ring.
Going back to the 23 miles an hour, could you imagine that it's in some cases that is faster than a car going down maybe just a simple road? He can run faster than a car. Let that sink in.
A little bit exaggerated. I think that's humanly impossible to run that fast.
I'm about to say, we're talking about a sprint here, not a marathon. But we did see how fast Bron Breakker ran down that entranceway, Walter, at WrestleMania. And right now, Seth Rollins perched on the top rope. Bron Breakker in his sides. Rondo catching Seth. Might be looking for that explosive German suplex. Set up and over the floor.
What does he do the 40-yard dash at, Mike?
Oh, I haven't timed it yet, but it's fast.
If I was saying, you could ask the NXT coaches about Bron Breakker when it comes to his agility and velocity. And right now, Seth Rollins in a vulnerable spot, and Bron Breakker, again, I got to think that Bron Breakker wants a definitive singles win here. He wants to beat Seth Rollins one-on-one. He wants to prove to Seth that he's ready, but he also wants to prove to Seth that he has this. Seth says that Bron has every tool to be a top guy here in WWE except this. And to be fair, when you're a Steiner, that's probably the weakness in your arsenal. Oh! Seth Rollins' first match, by the way, talk about injuries. Second match, actually, in the past 7 months. Double A takedown by Bron Breakker, immediately grounding the Architect. Bron Breakker's first match in the last 4 months since coming back from that hernia injury. Now, Bron Breakker being set back inside the ring. Seth Rollins, though, and Bron Breakker eyeing each other here. And clearly, Seth Rollins wants to get back to the World Heavyweight Championship. Bron Breakker, who challenged CM Punk prior to the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship, so that Seth Rollins is the best at being number 2.
I don't think he needs it. That's just me. I don't think he needs the title anymore. He's a top superstar without it.
He sure is.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, guys. You want that money. Larry Pratt gets a 1 count there. Almost a lackadaisical cover the Bron Breakker. Almost trying to get inside Seth freaking Rollins' head. Seth Rollins, of course, inaugural NXT champion for our NXT. NXT in general, Walter. Bron Breakker, though, he was the standout NXT champion for JJ's NXT, the Rainbow Bride era.
Mm-hmm.
And Bron Breakker now hooking up Seth Rollins. A vicious German suplex.
There wasn't much behind that suplex, though. It was simple, but not powerful.
I call it what you want. I call it effective. And sometimes you don't need to do a whole lot to injure a man that you already think is as brittle as you believe that he is. He already talked about how his shoulder can't even handle anything anymore. And once again, another German suplex sets Seth Rollins up and over. Bron Breakker, of course, who came up to Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania last year, spearing Roman Reigns and CM Punk and joining Seth freaking Rollins in his vision for the future. And again, as I talked about before, the fact that these two men's history goes all the way back to Bron's time in NXT, the genesis of his WWE career, when Seth asked for the best that NXT had to offer, when Seth was the World Heavyweight Champion. Right now, Bron Breakker using that amateur wrestling background, grounding the Architect. Seth Rollins, though, back up to his feet. Jawbreaker creates separation between him and Bron Breakker. And Seth Rollins right now looking to capitalize here. Knife edge chop, trying to light up the chest of this vicious dog. The knife edge chop. And it's also one of those things here in this business. When you say what you are, you got to back it up. For Bron, it's do or die, in my opinion. For Seth, it's continuing to prove a point that he's already been for the last decade. Vicious sort of a backbreaker, hook on the leg, and a kick out at 2 with the lateral. Excuse me.
Well, both superstars do have a history of backing up what they say.
As they should. I mean, what's the point of being in the WWE if you don't back it up at some point during your career?
Yeah, but some people can be all talk and never back up. They never show up when the lights are big, you know. Look how much LA Knight talks.
Yeah.
When's the last time he did something huge?
That's not an insult. That's just a fact of life, but I do see what you mean. By the way, just to put in perspective, folks, the 40-yard dash breakdown for Bron Breakker during his college pro day was 4.48 seconds.
Crazy.
Impressive. Impressive. Anything under 5
4.2
is worth it.
4.2 to 4.3 average on his WWE Combine.
Amazing.
And Bron Breakker right now with the side headlock. Seth though hoisting up Bron and taking him down with a bat drop suplex. And Bron Breakker, of course, who's taking a shot against Seth freaking Rollins, as I said, every week spearing this man, every chance that he could get. You got to consider, again, the condition of the midsection and the rib cage of Seth freaking Rollins. You see him grabbing the lower left side of his body there, Walter. And you know as well as I do, bruised or broken, you have anything compromised down there, it's hard to do anything. Breathe, move, strike, stand, you name it.
Yeah, it's hard to do anything. And both these men have been proven with big injuries, man. Both these men have been taken out due to injury. Seth more than Bron, and Bron's younger. His body can recover better.
Now hook on the far leg and a 2 count, as you were saying.
The good thing about being young, your body recovers better.
And take a look at the replay here. And take a look at the speed, Mikey, by the way. Just look at the way, and not fast forwarding, folks. That's just Bron Breakker picking up momentum each time he bounced off the ropes. Throw him in the clothesline and wham! Right,
and that wasn't even the full. That was like 3/4 speed for Bron. That's not the full spear move.
It's our opening contest here tonight. WWE Backlash Tampa. Another German suplex by Bron Breakker. Again, Seth Rollins knows a thing or two about eating those from the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. Another German suplex, high angle, just literally pop the hips and send him for the ride. And it's not the flight that hurts you, it's the landing.
Oh, yeah. It's always the stop at the end.
And once again, waist lock, Seth Rollins taken for another suplex. And that'll hurt you even more. Cover again by Bron Breakker. Gets a 2 count with the forearm across the jawline. And clearly we know the point of this, Walter. He's trying to literally soften up the midsection of Seth freaking Rollins for that spear.
Yeah.
But the biggest asset that Bron Breakker might have the victory this time also is Paul Heyman. And the thing of the matter is we haven't talked a lot about Paul Heyman and the influences that he may have had in Bron Breakker before this match tonight.
He is a genius.
I mean, again, look at the freaking resume of Paul Heyman if you deny his level of Mensa IQ, in-ring and out-ring IQ, to your point, Mikey.
He is not a god, but he is a wise man.
Well, he's also WWE Hall of Famer, and Seth Rollins' desperate measures biting the forehead of Bron Breakker. Bron, though, up to the top, finds his footing. Frankensteiner! Cover to win at Backlash. Kick out 2.5 by Seth. Nearly being the 6-time world champion, former Royal Rumble winner, former multiple-time Money in the Bank holder, and successful cash-in bearer. Bron Breakker looking for, again, the career-defining win of his young, call what it is, folks, 1 year and 1 month main roster career.
This will definitely be the biggest one in his career.
And you think Bron Breakker will be able to look at himself the same way again if he doesn't prove a point to Seth Rollins tonight, Walter, in victory or defeat?
No, I think that's when doubt starts to creep in.
Bron Breakker's been dominating much of this match, by the way, since Seth Rollins to the outside of the ring. And again, is Bron looking for destruction or is Bron looking for a absolute statement? Now, Bron might be thinking, uh-oh.
I think he says
he's revving up his engines. Here he nice.
And Bron Breakker right now eyeing Seth Rollins running around the corner and Seth, oh man, catch him out here with a super kick.
That's one hell of a way to counter.
Bullseye.
Right between the eyes.
Critical moment here in this match for both men at a reset. Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker down. Referee starting his standing 10 count. If neither makes it inside the ring, this match will be a draw. At 7 right now as Bron and Seth are both stirring. Count of 8, count of 9, and Bron and Seth both make it back inside. Very close there.
At this point, it's like the Blue Thunder Bomb. They never ended the double count out thing.
I mean, you know what? Like I said, never say never, but to your point, highly unlikely in all likelihood you ever get a double count out match. Especially under normal circumstances. It's just a traditional match, despite the fact there's been bad blood between these two men for what you could say 4 months, maybe a year for all we know. Ever since Bron was literally underneath Seth and heard Seth everybody says, I am a visionary, I'm a revolutionary, blah, 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 blah. As Bron pointed out, hearing the same line every week for nearly 52 weeks a year. And now Seth, I'm Bron, and Seth now picking up speed, and Seth takes Bron, breaking down with a clothesline, goes to the cover, hook at the far leg, side press kick at it too by Bron Breakker.
Not as fast as Bron, but he's setting him up.
Seth with a kick to the side of the head, shoots the half, hook at the far leg to win her back on side press kick at 2.5 by Bron again.
Bro, Seth counters are just ridiculous. Like, who knows someone better than he does Bron? He was part of the group. He literally was at the top of the mountain and reached down to pull Bron up with him. Like, if anybody knows him, it's Seth.
So you think Seth Rollins found a cheek in the armor in Bron Breakker or knows how to exploit one based on that level of in-ring IQ and experience? To your point, Tyler Black has been far more involved in this business, literally leading and training people during his WWE tenure, including one, Nathan Frazier.
It's always the old cliche, I taught you everything I know, or that you know, but I didn't teach you everything that I know type thing.
Exactly. The Rocky Free mentality.
Seth Rollins right now putting his boots to the side of the head of Bron Breakker, just literally stomping and kicking his freaking head, and now might be looking to burn it down with one emphatic curb stomp the way he took Bron out of the Royal Rumble. Bron, though, able to scout the boot. And
blowing a kiss to Heyman, that was interesting.
I'm about to say, he's trying to make a statement here, and it might cost him, as you see the eyes now hoist up in the overhead military position. It is a gut buster on the knees. Somebody another Bron looking for the spear. Seth getting the boot up again, though, catching Bron on the run. And now Seth up the ropes, up and around and in. Both men staggering there. I'm not sure what happened there.
He botched it.
Standing moonsault by Bron Breakker. Cover, hook at the far leg. Kick at it, too. That was almost like innovative offense. That was almost like innovative offense on the fly there, guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a backlash botch is what it was.
Yeah, I think he messed something up, but he recovered.
He messed something up on that.
Yeah, I think they were trying to do the up and over, much like Will Ospreay when he counters clotheslines, and unfortunately, neither man was able to execute a counter position to that. Either way, though, Bron was able to find some sort of way to put the match in his favor. Got a near fall off the standing moonsault. When was the last time you saw Bron do a standing moonsault, by the way?
And now he's got him right where he wants him.
Well, again, but for how long? Like we talked about before, you take your opponent likely, or what you talked about earlier, guys, Paul Heyman at ringside be a distraction. And now Seth has Bron Breakker in position on the shoulders, hoisted up right forward to the buckle bomb in the corner. And Seth on the run. Watch out, watch out with a clothesline. Explosiveness of Bron Breakker, sudden impact as both men are down again in the middle of the ring this time.
Where it looked like he was going to go for the sling blade, and then Bron just reversed it.
Yeah, take a look at the replay. To your point. What?
Clothesline, simple but effective.
Again, the clothesline, you run towards it. The lariat, it runs towards you. Hashtag Samoa Joe. That's Samoa Joe knowledge for you. And Seth Rollins going to the outside of the ring right now, looking to regroup or looking to maybe catch his bearings and his breathing. Bron Breakker, though, we also talked about, again, swimming in with sharks, swimming in the deep end. How deep, how far can Bron Breakker go? We know how deep, how far, how willing Seth freaking Rollins is willing to go, whether he's 100% or 10%. And Bron right now driving Seth face first into the announce table.
Only one announce table at ringside. Very odd.
I mean, again, it's not like a major special. And Bron Breakker now with that smile on his face, up on the apron. We've seen Breakker do this before, guys. Right now, Sky Seth Rollins lunging forward with the jumping clothesline.
No backlash on that one.
And the table survived.
Yeah, but the man survived. Look at Paul Heyman's face with a sinister smile all of a sudden.
Reminder, this is just the opener.
Well, I think we're in for a long night here. And right now, Seth and Bron, neither men are done punishing each other when it comes to this match to prove a point. Again, Bron Breakker, I'm not sure how he does that without not injuring himself. Because you got to think about, again, if you miss that mark, you miss that target, your knee hits the table, you miss your opponent, that is like a death note for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now Bron Breakker going up to the top rope, and Seth Rollins back inside the ring. Look for something big here out of the corner. Revenge is funny. Seth, though, jumping up to the top rope, immediately hooking out Bron Breakker. Are you kidding me? Superplex float over. Maintains head control, and looking for the fountain. Bron Breakker, and the counter. Dip for the leg. Seth kicks out again at 2.
Nice reversal. Well played.
Holy hell, Rollins, when was the last time someone reversed that combo?
I don't think that's ever been done.
I don't think it's ever been done, yeah.
That's a new one.
I do know one thing. Every time he tries to go for it, he never hits it.
A superplex reversed into a suplex of your own. Impressive.
Impressive indeed.
Say.
They had to rehearse that one.
And right now, Seth Rollins in a world of trouble. Bron Breakker in control. Bron right now just once again calculating his next strategy. But we've also seen many times Seth Rollins pull off the superplex of the Falcon Arrow combination, though. So again, it's very rare to see somebody reverse it, let alone into a move versus an inside cradle. Bron Breakker reversed into a Falcon Arrow. Extremely impressive. After the superplex impact.
Told you these two know each other so well. He knew what he was going for and beat him to the punch.
Right now, shots to the ribs, though, as Seth Rollins is looking to exploit the midsection. Rake up Bron Breakker, trying to create separation. He sits up there in the corner.
That's an old school veteran move.
And once again, looking for a pass to that Frankenstein. There it is. Seth Rollins.
Made famous by the dad and the uncle.
Well, we talk about, again, the Steiner line. Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, the Steiner brothers, of course. Third generation talent here, of course, or second generation. I can't follow all the generations, folks, of every wrestler. Bron Breakker here, looking to not stand out from his family. And once again, another Frankenstein with Seth catches footing. Somehow lay on his feet.
Ooh, he buckled a little bit too, but he's trying to get his adrenaline going, and Breakker's scared to death.
Well, Breakker in disbelief right now. And again, this is the danger of Seth freaking Rollins that we talk about time and time again when it comes to the pedigree of competitor that Seth freaking Rollins holds himself up to in a WWE ring. And once again, Seth Rollins, the double underhook, might be looking for the pedigree.
I like what you did there.
And Breakker in position. Breakker in trouble. Look at the finish. And can't stop, connects.
He's going to kick out. Oh, no. Heyman's up.
Heyman's on the corner. Heyman wants a piece of Seth?
Well, again, he's livid at this point. Paul Heyman knows if Seth wins, that's Paul Heyman's latest money ticket flushed down the toilet.
And Seth is going to oblige. Oh, no, wait a minute. We're getting some toys. We're going to play.
Uh-oh.
I don't think Seth cares about the win anymore. It's about punishment.
Well, I mean, again, he already cursed on Paul Heyman's face into the mat. Let's forget his vendetta against the Vision. Oh, wait a minute, Austin Theory!
Say their name.
And the Vision has arrived. This vapor has not yet been vaporized, but Seth taking out Austin Theory and Logan Paul at ringside.
Okay, ref, ring the bell. It should be
stop! It's Austin Theory.
They didn't actually do anything offensively. He defended himself before they get to touch him, so it's technically not a DQ.
Let's think about this, Walter. This is Seth Rollins' playbook. He used to do this ploy all the time, whether or not it was with the Authority or whether or not it was with the Shield. This is literally what Seth Rollins used to do with Logan Paul running like a scalded bitch. And right now, Seth Rollins looking to run back to the ring, though. Might have gave Bron Breakker plenty of time to recover. Bron Breakker in position, though. Short range spear to Seth.
Didn't get all of
Seth
it.
in half.
Didn't get enough on the cover of the front leg. Check out 2 and 9 tenths by Seth Rollins.
I gotta be honest with you guys.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't like this because it makes it look like Bron can't beat him on his own. You should have just left it.
Exactly. Like I was talking about before, Mikey, how important is the wins of Bron Breakker versus the desperation I think we're seeing from Paul Heyman?
Each of the spears so far have not been to their full potential. That's why he's not going to win right now.
He still looked like he broke his ass in half, though. You don't get the real spear until the straps come down.
And here they come.
I think Bron is ready to deliver that super spear, as we like to call it. Now picking up speed from one side to the other. And once again, Seth Rollins. Pedigree!
Oh, clever.
Countering the spear at the split perfect moment into a pedigree.
It was a weak pedigree, but it was effective nonetheless. And Braun Breaker is in the drop zone.
And Seth Rollins is looking to burn it down from the high-risk district segment. Come on, there with a spear!
Back and forth, these two are going at it.
Both these men going for broke with interest. And once again, Bron Breakker picking up speed 0 to 23. Super spear, middle of the ring.
See? With the straps down.
Do it.
For leg, Bron Breakker burns it down tonight against Seth freaking Rollins.
That's how you start a
Wow.
PLE, though.
Impressive.
I'm impressed they started with the banger like that. Now they're going to do the cool down. Watch, they're going to do the cool down and do the tag match now.
The biggest career-defining win in Bron Breakker's young career. Bron Breakker just beat Seth freaking Rollins.
I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I don't like it. They made it look like he can't do it on his own.
To your point, there was a lot of distraction, but Walter, in the end, Bron Breakker still got the W on his own, despite the distraction ploy. To your point, Mikey, that short-range spear did not have the full impact, and that's how Seth Rollins just survived. But when the straps came down, the super spear came into play. Seth was able to count it the first time into a pedigree, but did not immediately go for the cover. This high-risk move was his downfall, though. Perfect timing by Bron Breakker with a spear out of mid-air off the attempted high-level curb stomp, and one last full super spear officially extinguished Seth freaking Rollins at Backlash.
Good match.
So, is he ready now?
And now
is he ready now, guys?
Ready
now for what?
Look, man, I just do the puns and I don't mean it again, but I want to see him break away from the vision and just be on his own. Even if you just, like I said at the beginning, if you leave him with just payment, that's fine.
Right.
But get away from the vision and just be a Steiner and be who you are on your own. Because I really feel like, no disrespect to Logan and Theory, I feel like they're holding him down.
Well, it's always been the trope of a faction, Walter. There's always the guy, the diamond in the rough, that stands out more than the others. Bron Breakker stands leagues above Austin Theory and Logan Paul. Seth Rollins, the jury is out whether or not he stands leaps above Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, when he was the guy that destroyed the Shield. Bottom line, though, Seth Rollins, the creator, got destroyed by his creation. So where does Seth Rollins go from here, guys?
It's tough to call, really. I mean, if it's a humbling reset motion, then do that. That's what he said in the interview. So, and if you invested in Bron Breakker, guess what? Your stock just went up, knocking off one of the top players in WWE.
As we got now a commercial break, because again, fuck W streaming services. We got 3 minutes, 35 seconds. So again, let me take this moment to once again thank everybody for tuning into our coverage of WWE Backlash. Thank you all for tuning to make this possible. We continue to engage and entertain you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And again, you want to dictate the conversation. Super chat. It is as simple as that. Coming up next after this commercial break, we are allegedly getting the Gingerman, Sami Zayn, going after the United States Championship against Trick Williams. Walter, me and Step were kind of talking about this, acknowledge when it comes to Sami Zayn kind of being lost in the shuffle, desperate now for a moment, an opportunity, or just maybe a win at this point. With this whole gingerbread man thing going on right now and an angry ginger at the forefront, AI stupid storyline nonsense aside, how important is it tonight for Sami Zayn to whoop that Trick?
It's important to him. I think he might have a mental breakdown if he doesn't come up with a win, and get ready for it, because I think Trick is going to go right past Sammy again. Whether it's because of Little Yachty or whatever. Sorry, Sammy.
So you don't got you even if the Muffin Man shows up, you don't got Sami Zayn winning at all.
Hell no. Even if Animal comes out and helps him and drums Trick William in the head with drumsticks, it ain't gonna
All right, that's a little bit of a stretch, but even
uh,
that,
uh, uh.
I mean, Mikey, I can't really argue with that since he did mention that. To be fair,
He is,
damn it,
like I said, I love Sammy to death. He's a great character. He's a great guy.
Right.
I do miss, the ultimate Oos. I know he's rooting for the Canadians to win the cup this year. He's just got this infectious smile when he's happy, and when he looks sad, you think that just like in Canada,
Okay.
his heart breaks every time the Canadian team doesn't win the Stanley Cup, which I hope doesn't happen this year, but that's besides the point. So he definitely has his emotions on his sleeve. He can play happy, he can play sad, he can play ticked off, he can play scared, he can do all that. He's a great worker. Do I want to see him, I also think he's running out of time, because the only thing left is the elusive championship. Yes, he went up for it against Roman. He had that great run, but we got to give him a win and give him a small run with it to then he can be done. It's almost like he's lost without Kevin Owens. And if Kevin Owens comes back, I do not want to see those two go at it again. I love them both to death, but the Sami Kevin Owens feud is over and done with. We do not need to rehash that old story.
Okay, I think that's a very fair point, and I think Walter echoes the sentiment. So that being said, Trick Williams, if Trick Williams whoops Sami Zayn, what does Trick Williams do with the United States Championship? Do you see anybody right now that imposes a threat to him, or do you see a way that he wants to approach it? Do you think he will approach it as an open challenge, or will it be one of those like, hell no, man, you gotta earn the right to face Trick Willie?
You gotta earn the right. But just remember, you were talking about that all he has left is the title. Just remember where WrestleMania is next year.
That is very true. And of course, still to come tonight, John Cena will have a major announcement. So stay tuned for more on that. Speaking of which, John Cena right now, of course, who is a pioneer for the newest exclusive WWE fan-based experience service, WWE Club. AEW beat you to it first, though. But nonetheless, still to come tonight, of course, we have John Cena. We have Iyo Sky versus Auska, which we really haven't talked much about right now. We got another commercial, probably another commercial of this. So, again, let's try and remove the Kyrie element and look at the history of these two alone. Auska and Kyrie, Iyo Shirai and Kana go all the way back to Japan. They were once tag partners in the Wave Wrestling promotion, but Kana, Auska, was always above Iyo Sky. There's a name for that called senpai. As there's young lions, students, there are those that literally are supposed to worship and honor their senseis until they surpass them. It's one of those things, though, that also Auska has not won a major PLE in a long damn time. Let's also just put that out there for perspective as well. And I really think for Iyo, if she's going to rise above Auska, she has to win tonight. Speaking of rising, Sami Zayn getting booed out of the building. Let's see if Sami Zayn becomes the new face of America for Canada as we get ready for United States Championship match. Well, they actually went right into it.
To your point there, Noah, Iyo has officially won. Other than the Royal Rumble in 26 and a number one contender gauntlet match, she has beaten Auska in some fashion 5 matches straight.
Stats don't lie. Sami Zayn, of course, a former, I believe, 2-time United States champion. Of course, remember when he last won this championship, he honored John Cena, bringing back the open challenge before he lost it to the Dragunov, who lost to Camelo Hayes. And of course, Sami Zayn, desperate man, do desperate things. Sami Zayn beat Camelo Hayes to punch his ticket to WrestleMania and bunch Melo. Of course, we saw Trick Williams was able to step up to the plate and earn his first ever WrestleMania moment, beating Sami Zayn for the United States title. Ever since then, we've seen the death of a gingerbread man, and tonight you might see the last chance for this ginger to win back the United States Championship.
What other storybook characters can we do? We've done the Easter Bunny, we've done Gingerbread Man, we've done Santa Claus. What's left?
Tooth Fairy?
The Rock
Big
did
Bad Wolf?
that.
You know what? That's fair. Then I got nothing. You guys got me there.
Yeah, really.
Quit lying.
I don't know, but I want this feud over and done with before they start booking a match on an actual yacht just because Little Yachty's there.
Here I thought you were gonna say Bakery Brawl. Referee Gingerbread Man.
Okay, we're gonna have a match on a yacht. The first one to go overboard loses.
Damn! Let's just kill the man. Why don't we?
Or a gum drop on a pole match.
That's too small to get on a pole unless you have a drawstring. That being said, 15,000 are about to whoop that trick. Let's go ahead and get ready for this United States Championship match. That's a hell of a shot, though. Look at that.
This dude is a face. I don't give a shit what people say.
He's got that same machismo, charisma, that energy, that swag that the most electrifying man of sports entertainment had in the early gens of his career.
Mm-hmm. Like, look at the entrance, everything.
He's the heel you love to hate. Bottom line.
Nobody wants to hate him, though.
You think people envy him at this point?
The people are cheering. Listen to it.
I mean, I'm cheering it. I'm cheering it. I'm with Trick Willie. I've been with Trick Willie ever since he no longer had the TNA World Championship and caused that to be bullshit. By the way, thank God that Laylee Lee brought the title back home. Stay the fuck away from TNA NXT.
Oh, I haven't even talked to you since then. I was going to say you must be so happy.
You have no idea. That being said, Trick Willie, I know, is happy beyond belief, walking into Backlash for the United States Champion. Trick Williams, by the way, folks, has been involved in this business for 5 years, trained out of the ZCW Wrestling Academy. Of course, a former TNA World Champion and a former NXT North American and NXT Champion, and only literally been involved in the main roster now for 5 months. Ever since arriving on the scene in January, confronting the Viper, Randy Orton, Trick Williams has always made himself at the front of the conversation. And now he comes in tonight as champion.
But can he retain that championship? Otherwise, we're going to go back to the hot potato play.
I mean, he's done it before in NXT, but this is a whole different ball game, as we know, Walter.
I'm going to tell you, by this time next year, I'm going to say his bold statement, that dude's going to have the other title around his waist.
But again, Sami Zayn saying last month was a fluke. Oh, man. Again, we're getting a little bit of animosity here. Referee might want to start this thing pretty damn quickly. I'm
telling you, him, and if, yep, definitely, he's going to have this title, but the main title by next year.
We'll talk about that. Again, folks, this is for the WWE United States Championship, a title that has breathed opportunity for rising superstars here to go to that next level of greatness to this point in WWE. Trick Williams is the 93rd WWE United States Champion, following the legacy of this title first held by SmackDown great Eddie Guerrero in 2003. Caught out time here and there. They're going here between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. And, of course, we know that this is not the first time that Sami Zayn and Trick Williams have shared a ring together. They've had bad blood ever since that fatal four-way last year at Saturday night's main event, when it was for the number contendership for the WWE Championship. To your point, Mikey, Sami Zayn had his chance in Saudi Arabia in January to win that title against Drew McIntyre, and he blew it.
He did, but, again, where do we go with this afterwards? That's what I'd like to say.
Sami Zayn to catering, Trick Williams offering opportunity to those he seems fit. Looking to be the new beacon. You were saying
he already said he's not doing the open challenge, so
I figured.
We'll see.
See if he holds that title hostage. Knife edge chop there to Sami Zayn, and Trick Williams right now teeing off against the former NXT champion, and as I said before, former multiple-time United States champion.
That's one thing I'll give Trick, heel or face. He always defended the titles he won. He didn't just sit on it.
Sami Zayn, of course, former two-time United States champion. His last run was literally for 23 days after Trick Williams beat him for that title. Last time he held the United States Championship, of course, was literally when he won it last year in August and held it through October. What? And right now, people are looking to whoop that Trick as he puts the boost to Sami in the corner. And again, Trick Williams has that cloak of invincibility, champion's advantage. Title going to his hands via pinfall submission inside the ring as Sami goes to the outside. right now, Trick Williams going to the outside, following his opponent. Sami Zayn, though, might want to check behind him. Clubbing shot from behind. The fact of the matter that Trick Williams has ascended this quickly, why Sami Zayn has been toiling, call what it is, toiling for the better part of a decade here on the main roster scene to try and find this level of popularity. Oh, man. Driven showed at first and still ring status. That has to infuriate Sami Zayn here even more.
I wonder if we're going to get an unhinged Sammy when he can't do this and he cuts his hair, goes down this crazy rabbit hole. Like, I wonder where he goes from here if he can't win this U.S. title.
Yeah, right now, Sami Zayn is keeping the motion check. Lil Yachty right now getting in Sami Zayn's head. He's already haluba kicked this man's head off. We also saw Lil Yachty get involved in WrestleMania and nearly cost Sami Zayn the title, if not inadvertently cost him the championship. Well, back inside the ring, though, and now just ground and pound on Trick Williams here. Sami has to keep his emotions in check. To your point, he has been emotionally unhinged since losing to Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. And it's only gotten worse and worse and worse every week.
We already saw.
Should we fit him for a straitjacket now?
Right. We already saw last night, bread rises because gingerbread rose like the dead man out of a casket. It was Yachty with a freaking stick that was hitting him, candy cane stick, whatever the hell that is.
You mean that candy cane pimp stick that he has in his hand right now?
Mm-hmm. Because he beat the hell out of Sami last night with that.
I kind of saw that coming. And again, at this point, Trick Williams has been making Sami Zayn out as an embarrassment. Covered now by Sami, hook on the far leg, gets a 2 count. And unfortunately, covered now, hook on the far leg again, gets a 1 count that time. Sami, desperate man, going for a 3rd cover, just trying to wear down the champ, gets another 1 count. To a point, though, you can't argue with what Trick Williams has been saying about Sami Zayn. Because when it comes to the big moments, Sami Zayn can't capitalize, it seems.
Trick Williams will get under your skin and you will take it and you will like it because he will be telling the truth. That's the beautiful thing about Trick Williams. Whether he's on the football field, he has a college football background where all the trash talkers start. If you can trash talk on the pro level, you've made it. College is where it all starts.
Wasn't he like an NFL recruit at one point?
Oh!
I haven't looked that up yet.
Jump in that breaker. By Trick Williams here.
Like he was on the eyes of a lot of teams.
You all would know who's the MVP or the VIP when it comes to the football draft, considering that recently happened. But to your point, he was part of the Carolina. He's a former American professional football player. I think it was part of the Carolina
Panthers.
Panthers. Thank you. Yes, could not name it for the life of me. Freak athleticism of Trick Williams is ridiculous, though. I will give the man credit. He's got the reach, he's got the height, and he definitely has the power advantage over Sami Zayn. Nice scoop slam there.
Yeah, I think he's about 6'4", I think.
And Trick Williams right now in full control of his opponent. 6'4", 240 pounds, Walter.
Mm-hmm. He's going to drag. He's taking too long, though.
Yeah, I was about to say he's showboating too much here, and Sami might capitalize. Arm drag takeover.
I saw that coming.
Man, it's a pump kick.
It was the Eagles. He went to minicamp with the Eagles.
Yeah. And right now, Trick Williams might be looking to square him up for that trick shot. Sami Zayn hoisting out Trick Williams. Look for the boot under from here to escape. And now hook it up.
Bookend.
Oh, man. Big bookend. Cover. Hook on the far leg. Back press. Kick out at 2. Former South Carolina Gamecock football player, by the way.
This man is Booker T. Reincarnated, and Booker T hasn't even passed away.
If Booker T was to be reincarnated for the new generation, I would argue it'd be Trick Williams. Mm-hmm. And he might come out to be even more successful than the WWE Hall of Famer, honestly.
That's a hard resume, though. But Booker T's pretty damn successful.
Harlem Heat, World Heavyweight Champion, King Booker. I do understand your point. But again, Trick Williams, he literally is just starting.
Is he going for a super bookend?
I think that's exactly what I was looking for, Walter. And right now, Sami Zayn driving the elbow into the back of the shoulder blades on Trick Williams, just teeing off against the WWE United States Champion. Title that's held a legacy, of course, by all-time greats, as we talked about before, including one, John Cena. Remember when Trick Williams asked John Cena when you knew when your time was? Oh, sunset flip, powerbomb out of the corner, 2, kick out by Trick.
Yeah, he did ask him that.
And what was John Cena's first title? The United States Championship
Uh-huh.
at WrestleMania.
20 years ago.
Then he beat John Cena for the big one. JBL.
Yeah, for the WWE Championship 1 year later.
21, I think it was WrestleMania.
That is correct. And right now, Sami Zayn looking to square out Trick Williams here.
You know who knows? The Gingerbread Man. He was there.
Oh! About to say, Gingerbread Man's got a longer career than Bacon at this point. And right now, wait for the can up and around.
Are you going to get happy?
No!
Blood pressure, Noah. You know that wasn't going to get a 3.
Look, one of these days, if El Generico can win the Blue Thunder Bomb, Sami Zayn in a different life should be able to as well, just not tonight.
Imagine when Sami Zayn wants to hang up the boots. In his farewell match, he will win a match with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Mark my words.
I want Takesha to beat Okada with the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Well, you and I will be calling that, Walter. Stay tuned, folks, because, of course, later this month, we will be calling Double or Nothing. And, indeed, the rematch is finally happening. Kenozi Takesha versus Shuja Okada for the AEW Universal Championship. It's Sami Zayn.
Sami has stooped to a new low.
Oh, yeah. Literally right now. And this is why I talk about the psychology. The psychology of Sami Zayn might be what outsmarts Trick Williams here. As Trick Williams ain't going to give Sami Zayn no mercy. Sami, though, cooking Trick Williams. Inside cradle.
It's playing possum.
Exactly. Oh, what desperate man do desperate fans will be talking. A little Yachty distracting the referee. And right now, Sami grabbing that peppermint candy cane. Stop!
All he's doing is stooping to Trick Williams' level.
Sami Zayn's gonna steal it. The counter. We got a new champ. Almost.
No, Peppermint Patty.
Play an Eddie Guerrero style playbook steal. Steal with a peppermint stick.
Again, shout out to the first ever WWE United States champion as Lil Yachty almost inadvertently cost his boy.
God, I hate that flavor, by the way. I hate peppermint.
What?
Just in general?
In general, whether it's the freaking
candy cane?
Whether it's that, whether it's the York, whatever those things are called, I just hate that flavor. Mint and
Remind me not to send you candy canes at Christmas.
I don't like peppermint schnoz, none of that shit.
Oh my gosh.
Peppermints are great for your mentality, though, because they literally could clear your nostrils and they also settle your mind ahead of an exam. I used to have peppermints all the time, man. So
the most I can take is, after you eat at a restaurant, they have them in the bowl. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So at least you can take something. And right now, Sami Zayn can't take it anymore. Trick Williams still being called the United States champion as he's literally stomping away at Trick Williams and risking disqualification. To your point, we're getting an unhinged Ginger here tonight at Backlash.
We're getting an unhinged referee, too. She's really... Oh, and look out.
Oh, boy. Trick Williams right now in a world of trouble. Sami Zayn squaring up. Wait, Yachty. Oh! What's up? Fair play with the peppermint stick. And Trick, side slow kick. Cover. Press. Hook the fire leg. Trick. Kick out 2.5 by Sami.
Damn, I thought he had it. That's basically trouble in paradise, that move.
Well, who's going to help at this point, Walter? Both these men have emptied every dirty trick out of the recipe book at this point. Little Yachty with a whack of the stick across the shoulder blades and the cyclone boot wiping out Sami Zayn for a 2 9/10 near fall.
You're going to need a trick shot.
So far right now, this place is red hot from what we're seeing here in our second match tonight at Backlash. Sami Zayn right now, throws Trick Williams to the outside of the ring as Lil Yachty checking on his boy. Again, Sami Zayn has to regroup, has to come with a new game plan here, needs to focus strictly on the champion. Oh, and a cheap shot to Lil Yachty. And right now, Sami Zayn assaulting Lil Yachty. I know, honestly, though, at this point, I can't blame him. But Sami Zayn, again, is given precious time for Trick Williams to regroup.
I got to give Yachty credit. He know how to sell, dude. Somebody's been teaching him right.
It wasn't Travis Scott, that's for damn sure. And right now, Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, though, big clubbing shot, drops Sami Zayn across the steel ring steps. Referee, of course, starting her count. Trick
Oh
Williams
my
has
God!
Sami
Bookend on the
no.
steel step. Is that what he's going for?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's looking for. And Sami Zayn, desperate measure, hooking up to win. DDT!
Yo, the referee's counting.
Well, again, Sami's got to bring Trick back inside the ring, or no matter what, the champion retains.
Just roll in and out yourself and break the count.
Again, chance advantage, challenge this has to be a pinfall submission inside the ring, and Sami Zayn knows that, brings Trick Williams back inside, and what is going through Sami's mind right now? Again, looking at Iyo Sky far across the other side, and a lot of kicks to the back of the head of Lil Yachty, a blind cheap shot.
Dude,
Sami, enough, focus on Trick. Well, Yachty's down for the count. Not even the
If he had to
man
fight
can bring
Johnny
him back.
Knoxville at Mania, he might have to fight Iyo Sky.
Right now, Haluma kick, man. It's me about Trick Williams. Trick shot connects. Bullet counter. Slam dunk. Trick Williams retains the championship.
He let himself get distracted.
Exactly.
Distraction.
Sami got whooped by Trick again.
You take your eyes off the prize, and that's what happens.
Well, Trick Williams celebrates his first and seventh defense of the United States Championship at Sami Zayn's expense. I guess the humiliation is going to continue, but you can only hope that these two are
money
shooting with each other.
What?
And Lil Yachty right now raining money here. All those ones to the audience.
Is that real money?
That's Monopoly money.
No, guys, I'll tell you right now. I saw it on SmackDown. Those are legit $1 bills because Trick is money, even if he is your dollar store money.
Oh, seriously? I thought it was like Trick Williams.
Nope,
face
they're
or something
$1
on it.
bills because Trick is the one giving you all ones. That being said, let's go back to some of the replays here. Again, to your point, Sami Zayn was so apoplectic and distracted by Lil Yachty. He lubricates him from behind. He wanted to make sure Lil Yachty was permanently taken out, and instead, he got taken out with a trick shot. Lights out, Sami. And that was his last chance at the United States Championship. To your point, Sami cost himself.
He lets himself be distracted too easy, man.
Buzzer beater scored by Trick Williams tonight at Backlash. I'm about to say, what is that going to get Sami Zayn going forward after this? The frustration at an absolute boiling point for Sami Zayn as Trick Williams once again goes to the pay window with the help of Lil Yachty. Let's call it what it is. Regardless, Trick Williams is still your United States champion, and Sami Zayn loses again. Well,
how do you follow that?
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. It was a very volatile war. To your point, still to come tonight, folks. Danhausen and Taghausen takes on The Miz and Kit Wilson. Iyo Sky takes on Auska. Will the student surpass her senpai? And in our main event, in a bout that's absolutely personal, it is family business. One has everything, the other wants to take everything. Roman Reigns took up on 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's still to come at Backlash. As again, if you're on ESPN2, the only way you can watch now is ESPN Unlimited or Netflix International. As we have another commercial break. Fuck W streaming services. All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and see what people are saying in chat. Shout out to Charles Schultz. Hello, everyone. While the feud is definitely not over, I'm still expecting Sami Zayn to get that U.S. belt back at some point this month. You really think we're going to get a hat trick? Pun intended. We don't need that. We don't.
I think he's going after the world title now that it's going to be in Saudi or WrestleMania next year. We're going to see Sami get that push starting at Royal Rumble next year.
You want to line a thought towards that, Mikey?
Hey, I mean, it's only May, so you know what can we do for the next 8 months or so until we get to Rumble season 27? Sure, yeah. Why not? I mean, it would make perfect sense to put him in the main event at WrestleMania for that year. Would I see him winning the Rumble? Sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to see sad Sami work his way into WrestleMania after losing the Rumble. I would want to see him win the Rumble. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, the Rumble winner, of course, has evolved into so many different. We haven't had that moment where this guy wins. You know, why not for the ultimate underdog? Sure, give him the shot. You know, with Mania in Riyadh, You'll get the views. You'll definitely get the money because let's face it, the Saudis have money. Don't know how, don't know why. We're not touching that topic with a 10-foot pole, but
no, we're not.
Sure, I mean,
I don't mean that.
no, we're not because
fair enough. All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about what's to come here. Again, we talked about the history of Iyo and Auska. Walter, at this point, Iyo Sky is on her own. She's without her best friend. She's without Rhea. Rigo is no more because SmackDown needs a real champion to redefine that women's division, despite the fact they might be under a fiddle influence. In the meantime, Auska blames Iyo for everything that's happened to their family, including the now Bon Voyage, Kairi. These two go all the way back, like I said, to the Wave and other Japanese promotions. Kana, of course, Iyo Shirai, daughter of Stardom. It's one of those things, though, that Auska right now really has no direction besides saying she's still better than Iyo. Auska always stated, no one's ready for Auska. Iyo, though, might very well be, if not, she already has been. Looking at the recent track record. Walter, what's your thoughts on this one-on-one match, looking at just the history of these two versus the storyline they fucked up?
If anyone knows better than Auska or ready for Auska, it's definitely Iyo because Iyo doesn't know what direction to go to because her best friend left. She's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder and she's trying to get rid of a one the size of Japan that's Auska there. So, I mean, I think it's her time, but geez, this should have been a Mania match, man. They really messed this up.
Well, it's not the first time WWE's fucked up something. Let's just call, or the wrestling business. I'll be unbiased here. The wrestling business fucked something up. And again, Mikey, we talked about before with the champion right now, Liv Morgan and Roxanne maybe having some tension. So Ruka now surfing new waves, looking to go after the man's WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, and La Primera Study Valkyria, who's out injured for the time being. And what I thought was going to be the backlash from their match at WrestleMania taking place tonight, that would have been so much more fitting. Iyo Sky is a former WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. So arguably, if Iyo could beat Auska, maybe that could give her a free path to focusing on Liv Morgan and the Women's Heavyweight Championship.
I totally agree. And the thing I'm actually finding more fascinating about this story, and I might have touched on it in a previous, maybe the day after WrestleMania, I always learned that the Japanese word for teacher is sensei. In Ninja Turtles and Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Sensei, of course, is your teacher, your master, your higher power almost. Not quite level of God, but close enough. Senpai is more of maybe your boss, your superior, I would almost say your parents. But you see, the thing is, if in the Japanese culture, there are levels of people. Now, one can say that Auska, took Kairi under her wing, took Iyo under their wing. So she was the master, so she should be the sensei. But she's not. She's the senpai because there are some people that are probably better than Auska. So it's a very good culture lesson between sensei and senpai. If Iyo does win this match, though, I think that she should elevate herself because she's already proven that she can beat Auska. She's done it so many times. If Auska wants to retain her status as the senpai, she needs to win this match because let me bring up my stats really, really quickly here because that's what I do. I have them at the ready at any time. She has only won against Iyo 3 times. And one of them was for the women's tag team title. The other, of course, was at War Games and then in a good old-fashioned tag team match. So does she need the win? Absolutely. Will she win? Probably not. She'll put on a great match, but still, as we're going to find out who Danhausen's tag team partner is, because here comes Kit Wilson.
Oh, God, this earworm song. Fuck that rebel! Okay, well, that being said, let's go ahead and continue action here, folks. I mean, to be fair, though, Kit Wilson's current persona and the Miz's arrogance, it's a definition of a tag team waiting to have become tag team champions. And look at the pedigree here of tag team history, championship glory. Kit Wills and Elton Prince are former NXT and NXT UK tag team champions. The Miz is a multiple-time tag team champion, and The Miz has won tag team gold with multiple partners in his career. Big Show, John Morrison, R-Truth, you name it. So that might play to their advantage. They are accomplished tag team specialists.
Remind me, did the model use a mirror at any point during his career?
Yes, look at me. I'm trying to think, honestly. I don't know.
We know Shawn Michaels did it. But,
yeah, and Cody Rhodes did it virtually when he was freaking dashing, but
I think he did. He did. Because he used to go like this with his hair in it, but it was like for a few moments, and it was like early when he first became the model.
that is such a talk about the definition of over glorified ego. All right, folks, it's your last chance. Let your Danhausen be known. Who's Danhausen's tag team partner, or be cursed? Let's get ready to find out here what happens with this match. Previews of coming attraction. What the fuck is this?
Jeff Meacham's intro.
Studio House. Oh, God. Danhausen's giving us a very nice, very evil production, folks. Okay, wow. Now I'm seeing everything.
How do you not love this dude?
A story of friendship. What the fuck is this? Again, Danhausen literally invaded the Miz's home and has embarrassed this man, including at his own wife's wedding renewals.
And he left on it. Didn't he take his daughter's bike or something?
I think he did.
Yeah, why would you take her bike? I mean, that's Maurice takes the cake, literally.
Kit Wilson was there at the wedding news. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you meant there. And of course, Danhausen uncursed the Miz, but as soon as they uncursed him, Kit Wilson and the Miz attacked him. So apparently, Kit Wilson claimed that Danhausen was toxic, and so Danhausen had to do work to find a partner. Welcome tonight to a story of redemption. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're right. You're right. He did leave with the bike. Why didn't he just call the police then? Good Lord. I'm speechless right now when I'm watching. Welcome to the Night of the Living Curse. Thanks to Danhausen.
This looks like one of those videos, just not silent, that you make for us.
Yeah, right? All right, so who's Danhausen? I don't know what to say after what I just watched, by the way. That was interesting. All right, let's see who Danhausen is.
Well, first Danhausen has to come out.
I mean, that's fair.
As the arena goes black.
Well, let's find out who it is together. I think that's Danhausen's car popping up. This is so damn ridiculous. Is that a box? Oh, it is the box.
Yeah, that's a box.
The Hausen mobile. That's the box like Steve Urkel, the clone box.
It's the cloning machine.
It's not Jaleel White, I'll tell you that much. We're not going to see him on the flip side, all right? We'll find out soon enough.
Don't tell me we're going to revisit WrestleMania 9 and we're going to have two Danhausens. That is a cop-out.
Well, I mean, come on. Who's the best player for Danhausen besides Danhausen? I'm just saying. Why wouldn't you have another Danhausen in your corner? Danhausen has a Danhausen. You just had Danhausen to help Danhausen beat Miz and Kit Wilson with 2 cross punches.
The Hausen Hoopty.
Hausen Hoopty?
Is this supposed to be like a casket? That's what he's driving?
I'm pretty sure it's a mobile casket, but I could be wrong.
All right, he goes over to the cloning machine.
I mean, I guess
Come on,
it's
BC
not
and Paul, give me the bonus.
It's gonna be our truth. I think it's gonna be our truth at this point. Let's see who it is. Can you open the cloning machine? Is it broken? It's probably broken.
It comes down, and who comes out?
A bunch of
No, I don't know.
Let's find out here in a moment.
It's Minihausen.
Oh my gosh. What on earth is that?
Is that a Mexican?
Yeah, that's a Minihausen.
Whatever.
That's the clone. That's the tag team partner.
Are you serious?
I think
All
he
that for a Minihausen?
I mean, we saw 8 of them at WrestleMania.
I think he cut his genetics a little short when he was trying to make a clone.
I feel like they did not get the formula correct here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did say, what the best tag partner, why can't it be yourself? Just look at Dr. Evil. He had a mini-me. So, so folks, the tag partner for Danhausen is, I kid you not, a Minihausen. Mini Danhausen. So everyone got it wrong.
Miz is trying not to laugh. He is trying to be ticked off, Miz, but he's inside. He's cracking up.
Well,
I can't tell what the fans are doing. The fans are they're a mix between being laughing and pissed off. Yep, Miz is definitely trying not to break down and laugh in the middle of the ring.
Are you not entertained? This is WWE Backlash, and the Backlash comes at you half-sized.
Halfhausen.
Well, it seems fitting for Miz's tiny balls that he faces a tiny opponent. I mean, call it what you will, but Danhausen, guys, has worked here in WWE with their sports entertainment circuits gimmick that Joey Styles pointed out in 2006. So we'll see what happens here in the debut of Mini Danhausen.
This could have been something.
I wonder how old a Mini Danhausen is at birth. Because obviously he was created. So, yeah, I got nothing.
I got beyond nothing. I'm negative right now. I'll tell you that.
Half the genes, all the man.
So wait, are you saying that Mini Danhausen is more man than Danhausen?
No?
Maybe.
Okay. The bell rings. We are underway for this tag team matchup. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen a mini man in the ring. Remember El Torito with Los Matadores? At least that made sense. A bull and a matador working together.
So what do we call him? Dwarf Dan?
Mini Danhausen. I mean, it just comes as simple as that. Oh, it just got booted out of existence by Kit Wilson. W is no stranger to probably having lawsuits against them. I don't know if you would call this child abuse, but nonetheless. That mini man signed up for the gig. Oh, wow. The agility there. It's out of the boot. I mean, if nothing else, Lower Center Gravity will help Minihausen against the taller competitors here. Irish whip into the hamstring. He might be related to the mini people in AAA. Springing it off the second rope with a flying headbutt.
Let's see what came in the mail.
Was it Minihausen?
No.
And up and around with the takeover to Harris DDT.
Bro, I ordered this before I went to Mania, and it's just coming.
Oh, nice.
A GCW shirt.
Game changer, and we'll see a Mini Danhausen, the game changer right here. Up and around. Taking Miz up and over with the T. Harris. Okay, this guy's got to work in AAA. And right now, Kit Wilson grabbing the thing by the hair. Excuse me, Minihausen. That's an insult to the thing. The thing's actually much bigger, if y'all know your Fantastic Four knowledge. Yeah, and right now, Escalera, he's got the orange top. Oh, there's a boot to the Miz.
Mini Dan. The thought crossed my mind to say something, and I just didn't think that they were going to do it that idiotically.
Well, to be fair, we've already seen Minihausens at WrestleMania, so honestly, if nothing else, you could call this continuity.
I guess.
But clearly, Kit Wilson and The Miz were not prepared for Mini Danhausen. And right now, Danhausen with Mini Danhausen up on the shoulders. Yes, folks, I'm sober. Don't worry, I'm still here with you. And jumping off with the splash. Although right now, if I could order a bottle of them Russo, I absolutely would.
I can go get the bottle of Wheatley American vodka right now and make this match a little more interesting.
At this point, what would you drink? A mini shot?
I mean, I'll take anything here that would make me actually believe that this is entertaining. Sometimes I regret the contract I signed myself up for. Oh, man, Danhausen German face first into the ring post. The knee, the side of the head.
Shit like this pisses me off as to who they release, because it's like you release people to do goofy shit like this.
I mean, hell, Apollo Cruz could probably make a new career out becoming Danhausen's freaking assistant. Right now, Danhausen's been isolated in the ring. I can only imagine what No DQ is talking right now. Virtue's having a field day with social media, probably. Then again, he's probably doing something far more worthwhile, like playing Zelda. So it's like a turnbuckle and a tag made of The Miz. The Miz coming back, by the way, from his hosting duties on American Gladiators Season 1. I gotta admit, that was a very, very good show. A shout out to,
didn't watch it.
Yeah, I recommend it. A shout out to Rick Boogs, Kaylee Latimer, and J-Rod, who are amongst the American Gladiators. And Wardlow.
Nicest human being ever, too, when I met her.
And she is a supernova. She is a supreme athlete. She is tremendous. So if y'all want to watch American Gladiators during this, I highly recommend it. American Gladiators available on Amazon Prime.
I'm surprised I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I recommend it. And the fact of the matter that it went in a way I did not expect to the end of the season for the winner due to legit injuries, unfortunately, because it was pure competition. I was very surprised by the outcome of who won the entire thing. It was very impressive all the way to the end. Classic events including Atlas Spear and, of course, Joust and what's the other one? I'm trying to figure the other classic event. My brain's gone. Sorry, folks. And right now,
some of the names that they gave the people like.
I mean, the names made a lot of sense for some of them. Crush, her legs could crush a human being. She could probably crush Minihausen. She was built. She never missed leg day. Voltage was also a freaking spark, and Striker. What a tall athlete, by the way. Good grief. And, of course, the Hurricane, former NWA World Women's Champion, Kaylee Latimer, also known as Camille. You might know her in a different life as the Brick House. She was a force to be reckoned with on their new event called The Edge, and also Hang Tough. Hang Tough, that was the other one I was thinking of. Hang Tough, classic. I mean, I've been a fan of American Gladiators ever since the original times, all right? So seeing the way American Gladiators has really rebuilt itself now was beautiful to see. Go watch all 10 episodes, folks.
I used to love the games that they play on American Gladiator.
Oh, yeah, they brought a lot of classes and a couple of new ones.
The one where they hit the buzzer and shoot the ball out of the gun. I used to love that one.
Oh, Assault. Yeah. I remember that one.
Assault, yes. Thank you,
Well,
Seth.
to be fair, let's call it what it is. Assault was not about...
Danhausen's tag team partner is a mini Danhausen.
Yes.
We're so enthralled by this match, we're talking about American Gladiators.
I can name all the American
As
Gladiators
that girl rolls her eyes and closes the door.
And, well, good night, everybody. And right now, Kip Wilson gets called a mini moonsault out of the corner by Mini Danhausen. I want to point out, by the way, Mini Danhausen has been the only legal competitor in this match for Danhausen's team. Now, Danhausen trying to fire up Mini Danhausen, make the tag made the Miz. Tag made to Danhausen, who's made the Miz's life a cursed hell. Manhattan drop, even though we're in Florida. Clothesline by Danhausen. And right now, up and around. Nice. Suplex takeover there to Kit Wilson. And Danhausen taking control here of Kit and the Miz. Kit and Miz. That's going to be a new tag team on SmackDown. Mark my words. And right now, Danhausen running the clotheslines. What was that, Walter?
Kid Miz.
Danhausen forgot to rebuild his cardio. And now trying to Hulk up here. A big clothesline in the corner. Sidestep, kick crashes the Miz. Rebound, German suplex to Kip Wilson. I remember who's legal, by the way, is the Miz. And right now, Miz, swinging a Miz. Danhausen off the ropes, up and around. Call it DDT! And, of course, the Eliminator, bringing back the worst obstacle in American Gladiators history, the Travelator. I always hated that fucking thing. As they say, you are cast! Oh, and Kit eats the knee. But Miz is legal. And Miz the schoolboy. Roll up. Deep hook. Kick out at 2 by Danhausen. Oh, man. Gets caught with a big boot.
His name is Kit. I'm surprised they didn't do some kind of Knight Rider reference with the car and the voice and the WWE's taking it far for everything else.
To be fair, Kit Wilson is no David Hasselhoff. Mini Danhausen legal right now, and up and around, take on Tijeras. Lunges Kit Wilson outside of the ring after playing Miz on his head. And Mini Danhausen now trying to be controlled back in this match. And right now looking to pick up speed, picking up something short. Lope right, so let's see it wiping out Kit Wilson. In midget wrestling. And right now, Danhausen alone, and Kit Wilson is trying to run out of the building from Danhausen.
I would.
I mean, it's a fair point. And right now, and Danhausen, runs into a side boot by Kit. And right now, what's Kit Wilson thinking here with that box? Or
at the end of this match,
he's throwing back in the. Oh, this is gonna back. Oh, I have a very bad.
Somebody else is gonna come out now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Either way, he just locked the mini Danhausen inside the cloning machine.
By the end of this match, I think Kip and Miz are gonna come up a little short.
Wait a minute. What's happening? Maybe it's gonna clone another Danhausen. Maybe a bunch of Danhausen come out of the machine now.
Or Bighausen.
Nope, just the same Danhausen. And
Yeah.
oh no, it's a whole freaking squad of Danhausens!
I knew it. I called it.
We should have seen it coming because didn't they do this on SmackDown before?
I'm pretty sure they did, but either way, Kit wasn't being assaulted by midgets right now. Little people, I guess, is the appropriate term or the PG term. And we got a ton of wait a minute. I mean, isn't that disqualification? Oh gosh, and what the hell? Look at this, the Danhausen with Kit Wilson up on the shoulders, airplane spin. What the fuck?
That's the equivalent of those hats with the little propeller on top. That's not an airplane, dude.
The cuts at Disneyland spin faster than that, Walter.
You might as well say it's one of those little toy helicopters.
And right now, a mirror being put in, and the mirror hoisting a Danhausen skull-crushing finale.
He cursed himself because he been in the mirror.
This is legal. Danhausen saves the Matchhausen.
The Matchhausen.
Danhausen's charged Kit Wilson down to the ring, and the mid skull crushing finale Danhausen nearly for the victory. Yes, you heard me right, folks. And right now, we got Danhausen back in control, and the Danhausen have taken over the announce table. Wade Barrett's going to have nightmares with this.
So am I.
Sleep with the light on and sleep while drunk. You'll be better, Mikey. I promise.
I think so.
A big slap by Miz by Danhausen. And right now, Danhausen, Lufez press, messy Lufez press, and right now just teeing off against the Miz. About to say, just literally throwing fists of fury against the Miz, driving up and over. Kit Wilson sweeping to the clothesline, and Danhausen drives Kit Wilson up and over to the outside.
I'm not even a robot, and I swear to God, I'm about to short circuit.
And Neon's also an American Gladiator, by the way. Pretty cool dude with a background in D1 football. And Danhausen driven into the announce table, and the Miz, is that a fire extinguisher?
It's an extinguisher housing.
Well, I'm about to say, does Miz know how to PASS? Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. And you are current. Wait a minute.
This curse
Miz,
is not working.
You are cursed. Oh, no! And the Miz just blinded himself and his partner. Well, Miz can't see, but I think he's about to witness and feel what's about to happen here shortly.
A mini splash?
Elevated by Danhausen with interest. And the crowd right now, as Danhausen wipes out Kit Wilson on the outside. And Danhausen, big pump kick, lights out for the Miz, cover, hook in their leg. Good night, everybody.
Give me a break. I can't wait for Double or Nothing. We wouldn't call no silly shit. I can bet and guarantee that we won't call any silly shit on Double or Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the WWE, brought to you by TKO. We here at the Subaba Studios do not encourage this sort of behavior, but we encourage you to protect your mentality, enjoy what you love, and just do life and enjoy professional wrestling. Thank you for tuning in to Subaba Studios coverage of Backlash Tampa. We will return after these short messages where you guys will soak your eyes, get a drink, and come back for further action. What the fuck has happened to this business as of late? Jesus Christ almighty!
And now for a taste of things to come.
Only in WWE do you get this type of level of sports entertainment. And as always, here in Super Lava Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to.
Did you freeze, Noah?
Maybe he's having a mini stroke.
No, I didn't. The wrestling. Although my mom survived a stroke, so I don't take that lightly, actually. I don't joke around about that. Welcome back here to the Super Studios. Welcome back to our coverage of WWE Backlash. Again, Noah
I know.
Foster,
I had a mini one before. I forget the technical term for it, but I know.
Dr. Brigger DMD also had a mini stroke. She gave us the medical term. And to Dr. Brigger DMD, I wish her nothing but the best to her mentality and whatever the future involves in and outside her careers of wrestling and dentistry. That being said,
I believe the term is isoschemic.
Yes, that is. Thank you.
Something like that. I know. It's like my heart caused it on its own without the rest of the actual effects. It's like a weird. I don't know.
How many of these will it take to erase what I just saw? Here's the first one right now.
Monkey, you need to survive, man.
Is he drinking?
He is absolutely drinking. Oh,
well,
no.
Damn right. After that, of course I have to have a shot.
A mini shot.
Look,
a short stat.
Damn it, Walter!
I don't endorse this. Freaking Rhodes does. This is Cody's. I endorse drinking responsibly, but in this case, it's warranted.
I think I'll take a small amount as well. Okay, enough with the short jokes.
I'm trying to do my job here. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Lord. All right, John Perazzle. As we got Perazzle in picture, talking about Southern New Hampshire University, as I encourage everybody to pursue higher education. Speaking of Perazzle, and as I bring you forward to wrestling, I'd like to remind you folks that after our coverage here of Backlash Tampa, we will be taking a short break and be coming back to you with coverage for AEW in a retro watch-along for Fairway to Hell. We will be covering Jungle Jack Prairie defend the AEW National Championship, too many titles. National Championship against Dunk Silva, Mark Davis. Divine Dominion, Megan Bayne, and Lena Cross will be in action. And our main event will be Darby Allin defending the AEW World Championship against the Bastard Pac, where if Darby Allin survives tonight, he will defend that title again this Wednesday against Kazuchika Okada on Dynamite, as he gave MJF 1 week to decide to sign on the dotted line if he puts his hair on the line to get his rematch for the AEW World Championship at Double or Nothing. So stay tuned when we cover Fairway to Hell later this evening for you here.
By the way,
as we bring you all the wrestling before we get into the Saturday shenanigans at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this triple threat Saturday night.
why is the industry giving bald like it's a bad thing? Nothing's wrong with being bald.
To be fair, it's Ricochet. Just saying.
Well, I'm
just saying in general.
I'm pretty close.
It's only Ricochet we're doing it too. I mean, come on now. And let's be
Embrace
honest.
it. It's a part of life.
Let's be honest here. If there's been a bald wrestler who's been assaulted for his bald head, it's Ricochet. So you know what? It works. It's a gimmick. I guess
Stone Cold made it cool in the 90s, so I don't know where the stigma came from.
Hey, I tried to go. I intentionally did go bald during the pandemic, and trust me, it was a disaster. I found a barber. I said, just cut it off. It's the pandemic. It's going to grow back. It was a disaster. My head felt like sandpaper. It was the worst decision I ever made in my life.
I can't do it because it just shows how fat my face really is.
By the way, Funk W streaming services. We got a commercial break going on here.
We're talking about bald, booze, mini shots. This is what we got to do to entertain people during a commercial.
Entertain you, entertain them, or entertain you?
All of us.
The answer is yes. I was actually
exactly.
Say yes. Anyway, again, folks, so we got a commercial break here. Still to come, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. We'll talk more about that after our next match, which I believe is John Cena's announcement, or Auska versus Iyo Sky, as that's all that's left.
Just gonna announce that. Oh no, this isn't Mania. I was gonna say the attendance, but they don't do that.
I mean, they could now. I mean, for all we know, they still might do. I mean, he did say we're 15,000 plus the people. And of course, Walter, we're not just covering all the wrestling. We cover sports and combat sports. You have a huge day coming up this month, of course, with Netflix and MVP.
Oh yeah, with Ronda Rousey's return to an octagon, and
apparently her last return. You're calling Ronda Rousey's final fight against her dream opponent, Gina Carano.
Win, lose, or draw. I think it's me and Mike, right, Mike?
The plan is, I will be there for that match. I got to see this. I'd be happy to call along with you and do color and all that.
We gotta get Noah on there. Noah's never called an MMA. Yeah, I can take the lead, and you can be the funny guy.
I don't know if I can do that, but you know what? Weirder things have happened. I mean, if it's Friday, because we also got Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, that might also be retro, because I might be going bowling. But you know what? Fuck it.
It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday. It's Saturday the 16th, right? Or what's Saturday? All right, fine. Fuck it. Why not? Let's do it. I'll join you that night. Let's do it. First time ever, only time ever. I know Ronda Rousey. I might look up some MMA history that might surprise Walter, because I've been following the MVP into the camps and the videos, even the press conferences, an Ariel Helwani interview with Gigi Carano, actually, because I actually care about Gigi Carano and Ronda Rousey. But I also care about Iyo Sky as we get back to hopefully some actual pro wrestling. Time for Iyo Sky versus Auska. Again, we talked about before, Iyo Sky now on her own rolling solo since Rio is no more, now that Rhea Ripley is on Friday Night SmackDown. In their last tag match, though, Iyo Sky did get the better of Auska and Kairi Sane. As Kairi Sane is now Bon Voyage, Iyo Sky has always been the student of her senpai and looks to prove to Auska that she is more than ready. She has surpassed her tonight.
You said you might
very sad that happened.
Okay.
That way Mike needs to watch out the alcohol to speak. Go ahead.
It's only one. That's all I'm going to do. I swear. I promise.
Unless
Jacob Fatu wins, then I might do another one. But then we'll see. It is very sad what happened with Kairi. Kairi was, of course, I believe, the top superstar that got released in the first round. New Day, of course, they chose to left on their own. I kind of feel that Io's spot here with Auska was probably meant for Kairi. And Iyo has always been the bigger name. That's just my quick thought on that one. It would have made more sense because if you remember the tag match after Mania, Kairi took the fall in that matchup. So it would make more sense that this would have been Kairi's spot instead of Io's spot. But that's just the way the business works. It's a sad way to do it, as Auska now makes her way to the ring. But I mean, best wishes out to Kyrie. I really did. She was a good one.
Yeah, Kairi Hojo, of course, former IWGP Women's Champion, and to your point, Iyo Shirai and Iyo Sky, she's now known, and Auska, formerly known as Kana. These two go all the way back to 2008 when they started their first match together, their first match in history on opposite sides at Team Vader Big Van Crush, a Japanese wrestling promotion, wrestling in Japan at freelance shows. And then Iyo Sky, a.k.a. Iyo Shirai, her original name, and Kana, a.k.a. Auska, they used to team together before they found their ways to WWE. Of course, Kana, Auska, found her way to WWE first before Iyo Shirai did through the Mae Young Classic. Auska, of course, the Empress of Tomorrow, still undefeated in NXT, held the NXT Championship for 526 days. Iyo Shirai, who eventually went on to win the NXT Women's Championship. And of course, Iyo Sky has always looked up to Auska, but was never able to surpass Kana, despite the fact Iyo Shirai is one of the original daughters of Stardom. Bell reigns were underway for what should be an incredible Joshi Pro showcase. This is a match people have been waiting for a long time, and due to circumstances, it's the wrong time. But the time is now for Iyo Sky to rise above her senpai tonight. The stiff corner will tie up here in the early going. Auska, of course, a former 3-time WWE Women's Champion. Iyo Sky, former WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Multiple-time Women's Tag Team Champion. And Iyo Sky, of course, has already felt the kabuki that missed. Takes a great move up from Auska, as we saw on Monday Night Raw. Backing Auska into the ropes. And I only can wonder where Iyo Sky's mind is at right now. Looking up to somebody she respected for so long, to honor. And right now, she has to realize she is not facing somebody that is supposed to be friendly or familiar as family. She has got to be her worst enemy. Auska right now getting the better of Iyo Sky with a side headlock takedown. Of course, Iyo Shirai broke out on her own in NXT when she beat Candice LeRae Michael Cole, you dumbass, at NXT TakeOver Toronto 2 in 2019. I know because I saw that match live. Headlock takeover again by Auska. Head scissors locked though by Iyo Sky. And the side headlock applied here. Fans chant, we want Kyrie loud and proud, and I do agree to the entire fan base of Tampa Bay. But at the end of the day, there's only one queen of the Joshi Shuriken in WWE. Will it be Iyo Sky or will it be Auska? Oh, man. Spinning Solvat, bends Iyo over. Iyo, though, off the ropes, rebound, cartwheel escaping the agility of Iyo Shirai. Sweeps out the legs, now picking up pace here. With the running drop kick, takes Auska up and over.
I love Iyo, but from the NXT days and everything, I need them to make some shit right. I need them to give this to Auska.
So you really think for Auska, this is a must-win versus Iyo Sky just because of her record?
Yeah, but I know who the company is behind and everything, but I just... you never know. Maybe a certain somebody comes back. You don't know.
Well, to be fair, though, let's be honest here, Walter. Were they behind Iyo Sky prior to Rhea Ripley last year? Let's not forget. If it wasn't for that match that Iyo Sky beat Mommy in, would Iyo have risen to that promise we knew she was capable of because we're fans and know her Japanese wrestling career? Cover Lara pressed by Iyo Sky, gets a 2 count. Before that, she was nothing more but a faction member of Damage Control.
You never know if a Kyrie turns into an R-Truth situation. The backlash of them releasing her, who's to say Triple H won't say, I got to bring her ass back?
And, of course, we've been waiting for Kairi Sane to develop a spine and turn against Auska, while Auska has been enlisting nothing but fear in her to force her to respect and honor her. Much the ways of the Japanese wrestling scene, where you have to honor your senpai. Oh,
Think
look
about
at that.
Think about it. What better way to come out, surprise everybody, than you're going to assume that she's going to help Auska, and she turns out helping Iyo.
Right now, Iyo might need some help as her head just got swung into the steel ring post as Auska is taking advantage on the outside. For those that don't know, Iyo Shirai, Iyo Sky, has been involved in the business for 19 years, originally trained by Hashimoto. And right now, Auska bringing Iyo Sky up on the apron.
And her significant other just appeared in NXT 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you mean? Oh, no, of course. I'm talking about Evil, former member of Los Gandaves de Japón.
Not a bad new name, though. Sometimes they go horrible with the names. That's not actually a bad name.
Well, whether or not AI generated or Evil actually called for it, I will give you some credit in that statement. Now, let's see if his music actually is a generic Death Rebel Japanese guitar, or should I say a sumusugan, as I've been playing Ghost of Yotai. And right now, the anchor applied by Auska here in this prism lock, reverse cloverleaf, excuse me, on Iyo Sky, hyperextending the lower spine. Auska, by the way, folks, comes to us from Osaka, been involved in the business for 21 years, trained by Yuki Ishikawa.
Better than the name I heard that they might give Takahashi if they sign him. Oh my god, that's a horrible name.
Yeah, the last guy that was Japanese that was in a jacket. How would that worked out for him in NXT? Are you trying to trigger me? Now smothering Iyo Sky in the corner as Asuka's blame Iyo Sky for the destruction of their family and the fallout. Right now, just literally.
Do you think Asuka even cares about the win, or does she just want to punish Iyo and says, you broke up the family?
Well, in a way, it's like Japanese roots. You dishonor me. I think at the end of the day, Asuka is looking to literally remind cover two, count only, who the master is and who the student still is. Take a look at the replay here, Walter. Sudden impact with that round kick. And we all know the striking background of Kana and how dangerous it is. Driven back down with a vicious round kick to the midsection. Now looking for the arm lock, or a nerve hole, actually. Iyo Sky right now trying to find her vertical base to get out of this predicament. And again, it's not enough to beat Iyo tonight. It is literally to remind her exactly where she stands compared to Auska. Again, no remorse, no mercy, no sign of feeling sorry. That's Asuka's attitude. That's been Asuka's attitude since return from injury, honestly. The last time we saw Auska in a top spot, of course, if you want to look at years past, was when she was the Raw Women's Champion prior to WrestleMania 37, before Rhea Ripley took that championship from her. Of course, like I said, heavily accomplished athlete, won Money in the Bank to win the WWE Raw Women's Championship at one point. Iyo Sky, of course, former Money in the Bank recipient who cashed in on Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair after a triple threat match to win, her first World Championship on the main roster. And up and around, over and a double stomp. Iyo starting to build momentum and falls down. Shows the level of punishment that both these young, incredible athletes have endured so far here in this very personal match.
This is about as personal can get, which is why it should have been on the biggest stage of them all.
Well, hindsight, it is what it is in the world of TKO WWE, my friend. Sold out 15,000 plus here in Tampa Bay, watching Auska and Iyo Sky, our semi-main event, by the way, before the World Heavyweight Championship match. Spinning back elbow.
I was just going to say, at least they gave it the semi.
Well, considering what it's following, yeah, you need something to cleanse a wrestling palate. Irish whip, reversal, and Iyo Sky in between the ropes. Auska swinging a miss, and Iyo in advantage of Auska, hyperextending the arm over the top rope. And right now, Iyo Shirai looking to rise above her senpai tonight, where she's most comfortable. She has the Sky missile drop kick. Iyo indeed local. Iyo Sky feeling it here tonight, though. And the people have followed Iyo Sky's rise, much as I talked about, since she's been part of the main roster and broke out last year, running Meteora in the corner to Auska. Now Auska dragged away. Here's the cover, hook on the far leg. It's a 2 count. I'll say, you see how much these two are willing to take out of each other right now. Iyo Sky, as I said, former WWE Women's World Champion, WWE Women's Champion, a WWE NXT Women's Champion, and a 3-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. They're going to hoist her up. Oh, man, spinning back fist, spinning solo, rising knee strike, combination offense by Auska, quick and a flash. And flying in with the knee strike. Cover, difficult to land, kick out it too by Iyo Sky.
Good sequence there.
Yeah, what a blitz.
Was that the Fist of the North Star?
It might as well been. And again, that Sun and Fury has literally stifled that momentum that Iyo Sky built. Went for the buzzsaw. Now the schoolgirl roll up by Iyo Sky. Gets a 2 count. Went for her own buzzsaw. Whoa! Caught her with the backside. You can't cover. Hook on the far leg. And a 2 count on Auska. Great active nature here by both Iyo Sky and Auska in this match. And Auska, of course, former 3-time WWE Women's Champion, 5-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, and, of course, the NXT Women's Champion for 510 days, undefeated, before she had to relinquish it. Beautiful bridge. 2 count. Oh, wow, look at the way Auska just got the Kimura.
Oh, she's got her good in there.
And she's got a lot in deep. Again, Iyo, though, now changing position into the armbar. Fujiwara applied. And Iyo Sky right now able to escape. Catching up with a low kick. That was desperation there by Iyo Sky, though, just to save herself out of that grappling maneuver. You don't want to grapple with Auska. I'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
Oh! That knee strike, though. Pop-up knee. Swing and a miss. Iyo Sky. Ooh, faked her out with the back fist and caught her with a back kick on both women down.
Grappling with Auska is like trying to win a staring contest with Ronda Rousey. You just don't do it.
Well, Ronda Rousey has been on point to say staring Gina Carano was one of the best and most intimidating stares of her life because she's so good at what she does, being a former actress. One point, she's looking at you seductively. Then she's looking at you menacingly. And then she's looking at you friendly. With Auska, though, there's 2 gears, off and on. And we'll see who's more on in this final fight that might be the biggest fight of all time on Netflix when Walter and you call it next weekend. Auska, great arm drag takeover. Now looking possibly, got Auska lock in. The body grapevine. Iyo Sky trying to fight back, though. Able to break the body grapevine. Auska doesn't have the Auska lock fully applied, though. There's a power struggle here in the middle of the ring with these 2 young Joshis, aces of their business. And right now, good stunner there by Iyo Sky. Now's the time Iyo needs to strike. And again, Auska catching her, bringing her back down towards the mat. Again, trying to trap the arm. Iyo trying to roll free. Jujikatami applied. Cross arm breaker by Auska, though. Center of the ring. And it's fully extended. What a trouble like every Iyo Sky trying to reverse the pressure, trying to roll through. Now traps Auska, rolls her through into her own lock. Iyo lock.
That Kimura was cinched too, man. That was a beautiful Kimura, but
Can you imagine Auska taps out her own move, though, Walter?
Yeah. That's a true student-teacher moment.
Yeah, how much have I learned from you versus how much I have surpassed you? That's the story of Iyo Sky tonight. Looking to prove something to Auska. Auska trying to find her way to the ropes to force the break, and with a toe hold, does so.
She should fish hook her freaking jaw so she can't spit the mist out.
About to say, you wonder if she's aware that the mist could still come in play.
Oh, it's already on the outside of her lips already. I bet you it's a green mist too, just to match everything.
Well, green, black, red, each miss their own devastating damage of lethal punishment. Oh, man! And another vicious swing into the ring post by Auska to Iyo Sky's head.
I just noticed, are those cameras inside the turnbuckle? They trying
Correct.
something new?
I haven't seen that, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I can see it now. The camera is like in the turnbuckle.
That is new. Correct. Shote! Shout out to Jushin Thunder Liger by Iyo Sky there, just jacking Asuka's job with the pop-up palm uppercut. Another all-time great, another WWE Hall of Famer.
Come on, Iyo. I'm so glad that they followed the BS because now they bring in the crowd back up.
Oh, it's going to reversal counter two! Oh, man!
Jeez.
It was a just kick out.
If Mommy can't beat Iyo, what's the chances of Auska?
Well, we talked about before, teacher versus student. In a past life in Japan, Kana was superior. Is Auska superior to Iyo Sky, though, in WWE? That's the question here tonight.
She's proven it in their history, absolutely. But It's this is going to be bad. It was.
Out to the floor.
That was a bad positioning between the rolls, almost like the spider.
Yeah,
Iyo
again.
can't feel her arm.
Yeah, and again, to your point, Iyo Sky grabbing that right arm. There's like no feeling in it.
She's trying to pop it. Look, she's grabbing it between her own thighs. She's trying to pop it back in place.
What she needs to do is the turnbuckle like Shannon Baszler once did. She goes, oh, for the tope, gets caught though with a forearm.
Auska was ready for Iyo.
And dead in her tracks. Now driven face first, and the announce table. Well, so far the announce table survived tonight, despite the fact it's being haunted by Mini-Housens and Wade Barrett's worst nightmare.
It looks extra enforced. It looks taller than normal.
Well, I mean, again, considering we got 2 Samoans still to come tonight, they might need to do that.
True.
The referee right now having a lot of leniency here, but it's starting his 10 count up to 2. And Auska is looking for a big damage here against Iyo. Iyo fighting back though. Oh, again, another Solot drops Iyo Sky. And now Auska looking for a kill. Oh, the missed! But she grabbed a billfold to block it.
Clever.
She saw it coming.
Smart.
She saw it coming.
Saving herself. And Auska can't believe it. Went for the kick, and Iyo, oh, man! Driven face first, the announce table.
Genius.
The genius
Very
of the sky
smart.
with a genius play here tonight. And now Iyo off the table, crossbody.
Who would have thought that something as simple as grabbing a folder and blocking the mist would have been so genius?
That was a full. I thought that was the tablet that, like, the right.
You know, that was the literal portfolio.
It was Michael Cole's notes.
And right now, Iyo off the second row with a moonsault.
If I ever meet Iyo, I'm definitely going to give her flowers with that. I'll gift her a folder.
And I'm about to say, Iyo Sky right now, with all the momentum in the world, outplaying Auska tonight in her cheapest, best trick. Again, Auska with that missed on Monday night. Iyo Sky did not forget about that. And now has Auska right where she wants her. Iyo Sky up to the top rope. We're going to go over the moonsault. Got out of the way, though. Auska, though, grabbing her into the triangle.
Remember, look, she's pulling the hurt arm on top of that. Now she's turned into an arm bar.
Yeah, exactly. Cross arm breaker on the damage arm to your point again. Sins Versus there. Iyo Sky rolling through, though, immediately did the close of Auska. Now the triangle's in, unable to hyperextend the arm, and now might be trapped in the Auska lock. Iyo Sky in a world of trouble here. And right now, will she tap? Is it a tap? She's just failing. Again, referee's discretion. And Iyo Sky right now needs to know that she's in a world of trouble here. Auska has it cinched in. Iyo Sky might be going out here.
She's sleeping.
She is out.
Iyo maybe out. Referee, though, checking. Iyo Sky with the verse. No. Oh.
I think Iyo just psyched Auska out.
Exactly. Sometimes in a submission, you slow your heart rate, much like in Japan, to outsmart your opponent. Iyo Sky did that and nearly caught Auska there.
Does she have more mist in there?
This is such a personal back and forth battle. Crowd chant, this is awesome. I agree. And this is
short match of the night.
Yeah, no kidding. Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker wasn't for the vapor. I would have given it to them. But these two women have surpassed that in spades. Because this truly comes down to who is better. And right now, Auska might be better than Iyo with the German suplex.
I love that they've given them time, too.
Woo, went for the buzzsaw. Iyo Sky, though, with the waistlock, hoisting up Auska. Gets the German suplex of her own.
Meteora?
Yeah, about to say, Iyo Sky fired up here. Might be looking to square up her senpai with the double knee to the corner.
Saw that coming. That sets up the over the moonsault.
Let's see if she has enough this time to connect. As she wore Auska down, springing up to where she's most comfortable. The Jizz of the Sky looking to fly over the moonsault. Connects.
Over.
Got her. Hit the leg. Iyo Sky has surpassed her senpai.
Well done, Iyo. How about that? Well done. Good match.
What a freaking clinic of student versus teacher that came down to the very last outward dynamic of offense. Finally wearing Auska down enough, surviving her submission background with one arm, might I add, and Iyo Sky finds a way to rise above Auska tonight at Backlash.
Iyo
Again,
has
to
now
your
beaten-
point, this was genius, guys. A notebook
something as simple
shield.
as a notebook.
Yeah, again, look at that. Blocked her face perfectly. All the mist absorbed on that portfolio.
In all our years, I don't think I've ever seen somebody do something so simple yet so effective. Like,
I've seen people suck the mist out of their opponent and shoot it back. Shades of Shinsuke Nakamura and Great Muta. I've never, ever seen a portfolio used as a shield. As the over the moonsault connects, and Auska was not ready for Iyo Sky.
So I guess after this, is Cena's
It's going to be Cena's announcement. I mean, they got to
Right
kill
now,
sometime.
What's the aftermath of this? At the end of
Are
the day,
they
you
going to
know
hug?
how
Are they
much
going to shake
respect.
hands?
You know how much respect Iyo Sky has for Auska. You know how much love that Iyo Shirai has for Kana.
Auska
you
might be
know
retiring,
how much
dude.
history these two have with
Asuka's,
Kyrie and
damn,
Japan.
Asuka's crying.
Auska might be retiring, dude.
Well, I mean, at this point, does Auska need to do anything else? Her greatest student just beat her. You gotta be extremely proud of that. That's what professional wrestling's all about, damn it. That's beautiful.
Holy shit, we might be seeing the last of Auska on this reaction.
I'm about to say, what else does Auska have to offer? What else does Auska need to do?
The emotion has been let out.
Wow.
Yeah, what an aftermath.
No, come on. You can't retire unvictorious at Mania.
I mean, again, dude, she's been going at this business for over a decade alone in WWE. I think it might be justified, to say the least. An incredible showcase here tonight for Auska and Iyo Sky. Student versus Senpai. The student surpasses the master tonight. Congratulations, Iyo Sky. And if this is Auska's farewell or a sign of a bon voyage of her own, all right, gato.
She just bowed to the crowd, Iyo. What's next for Iyo? Iyo's got to become an Intercontinental Champion, I guess. That's all she hasn't done, right?
Pretty much at this point. I mean, let's not forget Iyo Sky and Lyra Kerr were the finalists in the inaugural crowning of the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Regardless, congrats to Iyo Sky. What a phenomenal win, a phenomenal match. Much like Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles to a degree. The brotherhood that those two have, the sisterhood that those two have, that goes so much deeper, actually, considering the longevity of their careers. It's something to think about here, honestly. Either way, Iyo has surpassed Auska. She was ready. As we got another moment to breathe here, I just want to remind people again, please stay tuned as after we are done with Backlash, we will be covering the Fairway to Hell as a retro watch along. That'll be 9:30 p.m. tonight Eastern Standard Time. Before we transition to your weekly moderate conversation as the Shag Shenanigans, I will be hosting. Stay tuned for that also live at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Also, predictions, league breakdown with me and Papa Gino, who's there live. That will be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday night live. You'll see the scores, the highs, the lows, and where you stood, whether you're Team NoDQ or Galaxy. With me and Papa Gino, bringing you a statistical post-show analysis, recap, and review. And probably get some taste of his live reaction and live experience, too. Again, 15,000 right now here at Backlash Tampa. As, of course, we only have one match left. Yep. Oh! I almost forgot about this.
Let's see what the GOAT has to say, and I hope it's the big one. This is it, and I hope it.
Well, time to find out to your point, Mikey, because, ladies and gentlemen, why the Titantron's in black and white? That's not going to last long. Please welcome to the stage, John Cena!
Don't. I love John. I want to say this now. Do not say you're coming back for another run. I love you, John. You say that. You know how much time I've put on in your book? I put so much in that book. I cannot do another match.
It's probably Taker going to come out and announce an entire year ahead that Cena's the headline of next year's Hall of Fame.
Well, let's go to work as John Cena now is an ambassador. By the way, John Cena, folks, in a suit, walking down to the ring, no longer an active in-ring competitor, but now a leading ambassador for the WWE. Not to mention, he was our host of WrestleMania.
All jokes aside, it's probably that WWE, that app, that thing, that fan, whatever the hell it is. It's probably about that.
Well, if there's anybody that's been a living endorsement of what the WWE means to anyone who's a fan of this business, why we love it, there's no bigger example than John Cena.
Dude, if Undertaker hits, we know it's going to be a whole year ahead. If they can announce his Mania match against Rock a year ahead, they can announce his Hall of Fame.
Well, let's find out. Rumors galore. What's in store? Let's find out from the GOAT what this history-making news is going to be tonight.
Okay, I think he's been to Thailand because I don't see that bald spot.
WrestleMania in Nashville, please. WrestleMania in Nashville.
WrestleMania in London.
Someone check on Gino. Someone check on Gino, by the way. Make sure he's still in his seat.
He's been to Thailand because that bald spot is gone.
Yeah, about to say maybe he's been where MJF went. This is so cool, honestly. Where you can lean into moments just like the one he's been part of. Yeah, because again, you don't got to worry about, like pressures of time and preparation.
Somebody coming out.
I say he's in a 3-piece suit. He's not wrestling, guys. All right, he is
not
retired. Figure out he has the one man that I believe has the integrity to never wrestle again.
He looked good in the suit too.
Yeah, he does. I respect John Cena's suit game, and I love the pinstripes.
I like solids.
Yeah, you can work with both. I have.
I prefer solids, and then maybe if you have pinstripes, it'll be the tie.
What will be the next phase of my career?
A big ass movie.
Well, I mean, that's already a phase of his career, right?
One more match, yeah.
I own the WWE studios now.
Damn it, Walter. No, good. That makes me feel. Think a lot about that last match. You mean the one where you got turned into a meme smiling away as Gunther sent you packing?
You can't do that. After a whole year of returns, you got to be the one that keep the integrity.
People are set. I'm one that was truly happy. What's the most point about that night? We all made something bigger.
I'm telling you, it's about this app thing or whatever the WWE thing is.
I made sure my point that win their way in.
And I called that. You guys stole my idea. That was the first thing I said on the No DQ review. They're gonna make somebody earn that last match.
Yep. I remember acknowledging him, Walter. I remember, brother. I give you your props. But WWE don't give you royalties. All right. On that night, we saw Soruka. Yeah, that's true. And now she's on Raw. We saw Javon Evans. Yep, now he's on Raw. We saw the Femi. Yep, and he retired Brock Lesnar. And now he's on Raw. Dun, 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 dun.
That dude is so over.
It's incredible.
They got babies doing his walk. Have you seen these?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. That's hilarious. Oba knows how to react to the noise. He is a master of it. John Cena doing the strut.
Cena look more like Vince McMahon. I don't know doing that.
That's gonna be turned into a GIF.
Oh, you know it is.
John Cena strutting, trending worldwide.
What? So we are. Wait, what?
We got to do this again.
I'm so honored tonight. See you. The John Cena Classic.
The tournament.
The John Cena Classic.
Best of the day, best of tomorrow. The entire event.
So King of the Ring, basically.
Do you know what they have? And the holds to be crowned a champion. Huh?
What?
Brand new. Debut of a brand new
Cena
championship in the WWE.
A John Cena title.
A John Cena title?
That's the championship. This event. And this is the championship that
shit.
person put my name on. So I'm going to strive
He's been watching a lot of New Japan, huh?
for the evidence. Why would you have to make it special?
Open it. Open it to any company.
Any Super WWE? Here's the WWE Universe. So on top of an event, on top of a new championship,
A new Kelly.
first WWE. Your boys.
We get to pick. I bet you we get to pick who they are.
You, the audience, the fan will vote. What?
Cyber Sunday all over again.
And every participant qualifies. Also means for the first time in history,
Oba.
that's a good respect on their heart. Win your vote. And you can still crown them the John Cena champion.
Holy shit.
What the hell?
That's gonna be Oba. Oba's gonna get that vote.
I can agree.
The hustle, loyalty, and respect on him, pretty much.
You ever have it's a big experience. They're gonna be on just one. Just one year. So it's a new annual thing that he's doing here. Guys, limit on this one.
It's a combination of wrestling, the ring, and Sunday.
You're Mr. Roboto, what the Cruz.
Oh, you guys in here? I said this is pretty much King of the Ring, the top, and they go together.
I heard King of the Ring, and then you went staticky Roboto on me, but I did hear you, and I agree. Affirmative.
Cyber Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a combination of all of it.
Yeah, no kidding. Think about watching at home.
Damn, dude, you're not gonna show the title at least?
Oh, maybe it's not ready yet.
It's a spinner.
Slowly folks describing it. You know, same as the last me for a whole number of reasons.
Well, he live in Tampa, don't he?
You could add this one to the list.
I'm pretty sure Cena lives in Tampa.
Oh yeah.
For your time, for your enthusiasm. Thank you for the noise. Justin, that you ready? I was here the John Cena Classic. And now it's time for the main event. What an announcement. John Cena is bringing to us a new championship, a whole new event where the WWE Universe will have their voice heard for every freaking participant. And a tournament that encompasses everything that John Cena represents. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. The John Cena Classic. That's crazy. Well, anyway, that being said, again, folks, thank you for tuning in so far. Please don't forget to comment, tell a friend. On a night where we saw Iyo Sky surpass her senpai, beat Auska, Bron Breakker get into career-defining win against Seth freaking Rollins. Is he ready? The jury is still out. We also saw Trick Lance whoop that trick and whoop that ginger Sami Zayn for the second time as Sami got apoplectic towards Lil Yachty and got too distracted. And we saw Mini Danhausen and Danhausen destroy Miz and Kit Wilson. And we just heard John Cena is bringing to us a new championship and a new, let's call it what it is, to Walter's point, fan-based vote tournament defined by hustle, loyalty, respect, the John Cena Classic. With that being said, it all comes down to this. Roman Reigns, Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship after this commercial break. Put to these streaming services. Okay, so guys, wow.
I think a topic just got added to shenanigans.
Yeah, you might be right there. Well, Stat Boy, your thoughts towards John Cena since to make an announcement?
It's definitely not what I expected. I'm curious, but I'm also worried about the reliability of it. It's kind of like, will the uppers, will TKO and WWE truly listen to the fans and not just make it like, I mean, this is right off the cuff. Okay, this is brand new stuff. What if, the fans in whatever universe, be it in the arena or on their phones or online, let's just say right off the bat, they pick Obafemi, and Obafemi loses the match and he wins the belt. And what if they don't want to put a belt on Obafemi and they put it on whomever they want? There is going to be a ton of media backlash, social media backlash. And again, this is all off the cuff. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Fans are not dumb. Fans are not stupid. Fans are smart. They are going to take screenshots. They are going to post it to WWE. They are going to say, look, we voted for Obafemi. Why does this other person, and it could be anybody in the entire WWE roster. I'm just using Obafemi as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The real ability of Cyber Sunday could be questioned. We don't know how real it is. We don't know how the voting goes. We never saw the statisticians of whatever accountability contest. The Emmys and the Oscars have a greater count than the WWE universe, or than the WWE anyway. Can you be absolutely certain that all these votes will be legit? We don't know. And that's the beauty of WWE. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's fake or fixed, however you want to call it. But he threw a curveball at me. I swung and I missed. I wanted something. I didn't get it. I'm hoping that's still in the play for something else. But hey, anything to get John Cena back, a title where you can lose a match but still be a champion based off of the fans. Like John said, I hope this works. I hope it does work. It could also be a Hail Mary to try and get some validity back, because everybody online, and Cody is saying this as well, he's challenging the executives as best he can, without flat out saying TKO is, and this is paraphrasing, or not even, he could be saying bad things about TKO without saying bad things about TKO, but he's saying it anyway. So it's like, we don't want it to blow up in his face. We want it to work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. They'll just sweep it under the rug quietly, along other things. But it's something.
All I know is if you criticize AEW for the Owen and you don't criticize this, you're the hypocrite.
Amen.
Good point.
All right, well, thank you for that, Mikey, and shout out to Nick Ferrantes and God in Sports also in the chat. And speaking of AEW, as they talk about the set, again, please make hashtag spoiler free. Please stay tuned following our coverage of AEW. Wow, Noah, you're tired.
Are we using Max or Sling for that? So I know.
We can use either one. It doesn't matter to me. We'll talk behind closed quarters. At 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, we'll be doing a live retro watch along of AEW Fairway to Hell. Before we go into the Saturday shenanigans tonight, 11 p.m. Standard Time, please stay tuned. We will take a short break after Adlash concludes. Walter, anything you want to add regarding what Mikey said about this groundbreaking, history-making announcement of a fan-based tournament that defines John Cena's standards of hustle and respect, the John Cena Classic?
He's right. But I don't think it's going to be like a title that gets defended like that. This is going to be like the Crown Jewel one. It's just a yearly thing that people have accolades. But the first name that came to my mind was also Oba, and Bron Breakker is the second one. Like, let's see. I hope they truly leave it to fans and really, really leave it to real voting and not try to push the narrative. So we'll see. I'm hoping it's real.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a whole lot now, probably conversation regarding what we just heard as we go to Big E, Corey Graves, and Jackie Redmond on this. Again, if anyone ever personified what the WWE truly means and encompasses this last 2 decades more than John Cena, I would love to know the name, especially with something like that. So again, I'm sure there'll be more to talk about that during Shenanigans, WWE post show after Backlash concludes. Stay tuned for that. But again, folks, we'll be covering Fairway to Hell, 9:30 p.m. Standard Time, live at your watch along once Backlash concludes. Then we'll be back here with you for the Saturday Shenanigans, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For upcoming watch alongs, also keep in mind, we are, of course, going to cover Clash in Italy. Next time we cover WPLE with you. And we also are going to cover Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor and, of course, AEW Double or Nothing. Those are the next big shows to come this month here at the Super Liable Studios. So please stay tuned. Guy in Sports saying the tournament just seems so weird. Yeah, to Walter's point, it seems like a combination of King of the Ring, to Cyber Tuesday.
Sunday,
Taboo,
whatever it was.
Cyber Taboo Sunday or to Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday. Thank you, Walter. And again, bring your best. Does your best mean that you're good enough to win this championship, or does it come down to how the fans react to you? We've already been in Bizarro War with a point to fans now. They cheer heels, whether they win or lose. It's going to be a very weird opinionated tournament, I think, versus a competitive contest on the better, more deserving athlete. Because at the end of the day, what defines John Cena? Being the best wrestler in the ring or the best to connect with the WWE Universe? To me, this feels like a fan appreciation award more than anything else.
Yeah, but here's my thing, right? If you just said it's all about the future and that this is to consolidate who's going to be the future, then I honestly think you should make it exclusive to just NXT. That's the real future.
Or Evolve, or the WID for that matter, to your point.
Yeah, have them be involved in this and let us to vote. Because obviously people don't know as much as who those people are in the WWE ID program or Evolve. They know NXT, of course, but let's see. And then you make it real. And let's see who's the most popular. And then you can decide who gets called up that way, too, because you see who the fans got interested in. So if you're talking about this is the title for the future, then it should be for future people. You shouldn't have established people on the main roster in this tournament.
Well, we'll talk more about that later, Shenanigans. Let's go ahead, guys, and get our heads in the game for the main event, because how far is a man willing to go to get everything he wants for his family versus a man who has been willing to do what he needs to for his family? After Roman Reigns told Jacob Fatu, "You're beneath me," Jacob Fatu was unhinged again, and with this new tongue and depth grip, because of the civil war that's been brewing, it feels like, in the bloodlines, Jacob Fatu could surprise us here tonight and win the World Championship. That being said, it's time for our main event at Backlash. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. All gas, no brakes, everything to gain, nothing to lose. Fatu. Here we go, folks.
Dude, I just got goosebumps when Fatu came out. I don't know why. This match there's a lot riding on this.
Well, it's also one of those things, Walter, what we talked about before, little cousin, Fatu, who has done hard time and has been reborn as a new person. We saw how much Drew McIntyre tried to hold that against Fatu, hold the past against him. And Fatu says he doesn't want the tribal chief, but he wants everything the tribal chief has for his family. While Roman Reigns says he's fighting for his family and their family and the entire generation to come of families, Fatu is in it for his own blood, his wife, his 7 girls, himself, and he wants to do anything he can to remove Roman Reigns from that pedestal and the World Heavyweight Championship.
7 kids, wow.
All girls, by the way.
All girls?
I'm pretty sure there's some twins in there and stuff.
That is correct, and that is correct, Mikey. He's even said that with Denise Salcedo. Denise Salcedo, who followed the rise of Jacob Fatu through MLW before we even knew it would be part of WWE. Despite Roman Reigns saying, "I'm the one that signed off on you," though Solo Sikoa was the one that brought you. At the end of the day, Fatu is a self-made man, and he might remind Roman Reigns exactly what threat he is.
Will they pull off the unthinkable? Can you imagine that? To go from the longest reign in one of the longest reigns in history to go to a very short reign.
And again, like I said, less than a month later. If that tongue and death grip gets a hold of Roman Reigns' throat, we very might have a new World Heavyweight Champion.
Dude, speaking of that, look how heavily taped he's got the grip. Each finger.
Haku's got to be proud of his boy for that. Remember, we saw Haku come out after Fatu won the United States Championship last year at WrestleMania, his first singles title in WWE at the expense of LA Knight.
Ooh, Jacob going real Samoan today. Look at that.
Yeah, you might as well call this tribal combat. This is personal as personal gets.
How much more of the match is going to be outside than in?
That's a good question. And I think you're about to find out your answer sooner rather than later, as the ones are up and we're about to acknowledge our tribal chief, our new World Heavyweight Champion, full-time, first defense, no lies so far, but tonight could be his deadline. Here comes the OTC, and I'm so damn glad he got his original version of that damn theme back. Roman Reigns.
With the Usos by his side? Let's see. Nope.
I think Roman Reigns, to your point, Walter, wants to do this on his own and prove that Fatu is beneath him. Remember, that was the line that drove Fatu off the edge during the contract signing Monday night. The first time these two men met 1 week later after Fatu confronted Roman Reigns with the Usos, literally Roman said, I can't do this. That's nepotism. And Fatu, he freaking went off the deep end and tongue and death grip in. And then Roman Reigns felt his pride was damaged and decided to give Fatu this match. Remember, Roman Reigns originally was not going to give Fatu this match. Fatu forced it because at the end of the day, Fatu is going to take everything from Roman, while Roman's going to keep everything.
True.
He doesn't want the Usos to serve him. He just wants to be at his side. And so far, we've seen the Usos at Roman Reigns' side, proverbially and realistically. But tonight, Roman Reigns goes into battle solo tonight.
He's got everything. He's got nothing to prove, really. He can do it on its own. That's what I think.
Well, look at the whole history of that title. He didn't do a lot on his own.
To be fair, though, that's not the title. That's the previous title you're referring to. But to Mikey's point, at WrestleMania, in what we did not expect to be the match of the weekend, maybe the match of WWE's calendar year, CM Punk and Roman Reigns created magic for over 30 minutes, and Roman Reigns won back his championship pedigree. Now the World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. It is live and loud inside that building. Ever since last year, losing to Bronson Reed, he says, I can't do anything on my own. And I think he wants to prove more than ever that he can do things on his own. And you talk about the Usos, let's not forget, Roman Reigns has already talked about the Usos saying, you got business of your own to handle, let me handle my business. And Fatu has threatened his cousins, his brother, stay out of this tonight. At the end of the day, this match I truly think is going to come down to two men, Fatu and Roman Reigns. Now, what else does it come down to besides that? Your guess is as good as mine. A very familiar walk for our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, where the main event might be the definition next to his name in the WWE dictionary. Roman Reigns, of course, you all might remember his previous namesake, FCW, and then, of course, FCW became NXT, came into WWE in 2012 by Fatu, scratch, clawed, rehabilitated himself outside these hollow halls of those three letters through MLW. In fact, 2012, you saw two different lines of life before your eyes, depending on what fan you were. You saw Roman Reigns for the first time. You saw Fatu renewed for the first time.
He came out of jail that same year.
That's correct. Drew McIntyre tried to use his past against him. We have not seen Drew McIntyre since Fatu won that unsanctioned fight. Alicia Taylor, take it away with our introductions. This is our main event tonight.
The Goosebumps are here.
Indeed they are.
It's Fight Field! You know, the fact of the matter that this match again was been made in less than a month, but the history of the bloodlines that these two men have carved themselves to get to this moment transcends the need for a storyline. And it really tells the tale of the tape tonight.
Sure does.
Jacob Fatu, folks, is 34 years of age, 6'1", 279 pounds, been involved in this business for 14 years, trained by the likes of Gangrel and Rikishi. Do your thing, Alicia, with Roman Reigns introduction. Roman Reigns, 40 years of age, 6'3", 264 pounds. Not a single bit of body fat, just full on meat and lean. Been involved in this game for 15 years. And has been on top of this business in the last 4 years alone. Current World Heavyweight Champion, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
I think he's main evented more WrestleManias than Hulk Hogan.
That is correct. He has surpassed Hulk Hogan's record.
That's crazy.
To your point, though, the years that Roman Reigns ruled with the bloodline, with Sami Zayn was even part of the bloodline. There is no wise man. There are no Usos. There is no Muppet. There is no outside influences or presence. There is just two men and one World Heavyweight Championship and everything that comes with it. Crowd already serenading their tribal chief. Bell rings! Here we go!
Look at that stare down. Look at the belt.
Again, that's what it's all about. Jacob Fatu says, I don't want to be tribal chief. I want everything the tribal chief has. I want the Rolex. I want the sneaker deal. I want the private jet. And I don't want that for me. I want that for my family. Roman Reigns says, though, that I want all this for you too, but I'm doing this for generation after generation. I'm doing this for 107 children.
I don't think there's any family deeper than the Anoa'i and the Fatus, dude. McMahon doesn't even run that deep.
Yeah, but Walter, you know as well as I do, a family tree has many branches on opposite sides for a reason. Colin elbow tie up here. Despite the fact they're connected by the same trunk. Side headlock applied right now by Roman Reigns. And again, you look at the tail of the tape here, similar body size, similar body build on these two men. You almost wonder who's going to be the more aggressive, who's going to outpower the other as Fatu immediately popped up off that shoulder block. And Roman cannot take Fatu lightly.
At least they're not from like Alabama, because then that tree might not fork at all.
Bro, come on. This ain't the SEC. This is WWE. Knock it off.
I mean, to be fair, there's probably some comparisons that actually make sense there.
After that Danhausen match, shit.
You know what?
We're not talking about that.
To be fair, Walter's comment was more entertaining than that. But anyway, kind of a tie-up here. There's no jokes to be talking about with these two men, though. So what's the key to the victory? So what's the keys to victory here, Walter? I'm going to start with you. What does Jacob Fatu need to do to get everything that Roman Reigns has?
To be honest, it sounds simple, but be present in the moment. Don't get caught up by who you're facing and the moment itself. Some people can be afraid of the moment. It's Roman Reigns. It's one of your biggest matches, the PLE, and don't let it get in the head that he's the big quote-unquote bro or the big cousin and feel like you're letting your whole family down. Because I think that's what is in the back of his mind, being there for his 7 daughters and his wife and turning his life completely around. 180. The last thing to do is to win that title, but don't let that pressure collapse. And for Roman's just got to do what he's always done.
Yeah, right now, though, Mikey, I would say that Roman Reigns is against his most dangerous foe yet in recent memory in WWE. It doesn't get more dangerous than family! And Roman, again, caught the target death grip on the outside of the ring!
Boy, just when you come to me, that happens. You gotta look past your opponent. You know, it's tough, especially when you know your opponent in a familiar kind of way. Yes, they are blood. We know that. But if you want to beat the man, then you got to look past him. You got to look at him as your opponent, not your blood. You hesitate once, it's over.
Yeah, got a little bit overzealous there. Again, though, inexperience, I think, is a key factor here. Again, Roman Reigns knows what it means to be the guy, the main event, the world heavyweight champion on this stage, on WWE. We just talked about before, 4 straight years of this crazy nonsense. And now he's trying to attack the hand and fingers of Jacob Fatu, trying to destroy any chance of that tongue and depth grip around his throat. Jacob Fatu right now in the grips of his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who is right now trying to destroy the fingers of the Samoan werewolf.
The fingers, although simple, that's his weapon. You know, the claw, the death grip. You take that away from him, yeah, you'll have an unleashed dog, but you'll take away his claws. He'll still bite you, but he can't grip you.
Jacob Fatu, by the way, has spoken in interviews. The reason he brought back the tongue and death grip is a shout out to his father, because everything the father, Haku, has done for us for this business, it is literally the very move that Pops used towards all his success. It's an homage that he's paying to his father in bringing that move back against Roman Reigns. And right now, big overhead rights here by Jacob Fatu. Taking Roman Reigns down to his knee. Again, right now, big right hand by Roman Reigns, rocking Fatu up against the ropes. And right now, Roman trying to be the aggressor here. Fatu staggering, still not taking off his feet, though. If nothing else, Roman Reigns has neutralized the tongue and death grip's chances of being used for now. And again, to your point, Walter, that slow, methodical, physical approach that Roman Reigns has built his career and his success off, and the pressure he puts himself under in carrying what he's now called the tribal chief, the Ula Fala, headed down by the Wild Samoans themselves, Alpha and Sika, and the fear again with a short-range clothesline by Fatu robs Roman Reigns out.
I don't know. These families have more roots than a forest in their trees, I swear.
Tangaloa, of course, who's also part of the same family lineage, of course, of Jacob Fatu, alongside Tonga, Tangaloa. We talked about, again, the Tongas, the Usos, the Onawis, all the different roots and branches of this bloodline. Dude, that is deep in this business.
Joe might be the only one that's not related to them.
Oh! Right now, both dueling chants here by the WWE Universe, as Fatu has garnered a lot of respect, a lot of favor here by the WWE ever since being let off the chain.
You see how many signs say "and new" in the crowd? Like, I'm actually shocked.
Well, they might believe there's a chance. Again, we've seen Fatu literally manhandle single-handedly the entire MFTs and the Usos. Oh, man, but a high jump head first at the top of the ring post. And Roman Reigns finally takes Fatu down with a clothesline, immediately back up to his feet. And again, Roman Reigns trying to mount some sort of comeback. Looking for the Irish whip. Reversal by Fatu. Sends Roman off the ropes. Then flies through his challenger with the clothesline. And finally, for the first moment of this match here, Roman has Fatu on the ropes. Yep. And Fatu, though, taken down with a big boot. Slow to get back up to his feet this time, too. Uh-oh. Locked and loaded, looking for the Superman punch and connects. Into the cover. Oh, my gosh, that was not even a 1 count.
Yeah, I don't think the ref's hand hit the mat at all. You're right.
Jey Uso warned Roman how dangerous Fatu is.
Damn, he put his cousin over.
But at the end of the day, you said yourself, Walter, at least he's not being selfish, but at the end of the day, Roman Reigns is still protecting what he's trying to cherish, what he's trying to preserve. Rising kick, and again, Fatu, though, doesn't even feel it. Takes Roman down with another short-range lariat. Follow-up. Running sense on drop. Good grief. It's like Fatu doesn't even feel damaged. Doesn't even feel punished, man. It's like he wears it off. Think about all the roots of this family tree. Talking about Rocky Maivia, Umaga, Rikishi, Haku, Yokozuna. And again, just driving his head into Roman Reigns. And might be looking to back it up in the corner like Umaga, big hip attack. Shout out to one of the greatest WWE champions, taken way too early, in my opinion. And Fatu right now looking to once again back it up Roman Reigns. The Superman punch connects with the right hand. From the counter, 2 kick out. It was almost like just a burst of adrenaline, explosive out of the corner there, Stat Boy, by Roman Reigns as he fell on Fatu in the cover. Didn't even grab a leg.
Yeah, he had no choice. I mean, he hit it out of nowhere. So the next logical step would be just fall on top of him. Don't go for the hook of the leg. Just fall on top of him and try and get a quick pin out of it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well, to be fair, that is 260 pounds. You're still pushing off your body to a degree, especially your chest cavity. And Roman Reigns right now, again, is Roman Reigns starting to question what he's gotten himself into. Again, he said, I didn't want to do this. He gave Fatu this match. Drive by! And causing Fatu to hit the still ring stats back of the head on the way down. And well, you were talking about that table all night. As Roman Reigns right now rearranges the furniture.
Now the table comes into play.
Well, we knew what was going on. Oh, talking death grip! Talking death grip applied again!
But it's on the outside. It's not going to do any good.
Well, it still might be fading here. Hoisting up Roman Reigns. Bomb through the announce table.
All right, match over. Come on, ref.
And to your point, Fatu has over 260 pounds of dead carcass now. He has to haul back inside the ring to win the title. This might be the unhinged nature that could be Fatu's downfall that the Usos warned Roman about. But Fatu has a huge chance here. And right now, Fatu fired up in the corner. All gas, no brakes. Roman Reigns prone. Squaring up. Roman Reigns trying to get back up to his feet, though. Fatu, though, looking to once again fire up and spear! Out of nowhere, counter hit the third leg. Kick it to by Fatu.
Spear out of nowhere. Superman punch out of nowhere. Desperation moves.
Boom! Full throttle on a running Fatu. Still not enough to put down the Samoan werewolf, though, tonight at Backlash. If nothing else, like Walter says, Roman Reigns is learning a whole damn lot about his little cousin. Capacity crowd on hand, 15,000 plus strong, saying this is awesome. This is our main event here at Backlash Tampa World Heavyweight Championship hanging in the balance. And Jacob Fatu right now with the eyes wide open as the wind got knocked out of him. Jacob Fatu, former, as I said, HOG Heavyweight Champion, MLW National Heavyweight Champion, MLW World Heavyweight Champion. As Roman Reigns believes he is not fighting for himself, but he is fighting on his own, but he is fighting for the entire future of his family, as a father to his young kids, as a husband to his wife, as the bearer of this pressure to future generations to
I think he's going to miss this spear.
And we'll find out here in a moment as the war cry comes out to your point and pop up. Samoan drop by Fatu.
He's going to do that moonsault next.
Yeah, your point over the top of the moonsaults. Do we got a new champion? The counter. Put the front leg. Kick that to by Roman.
Dude, and he wasted no time either.
He's got to stop. I know they were wanting to send to the replays, but he cannot stop. He's got to keep going.
But to your point,
you're breaking right now.
Yeah, well, again, what do you do after that? That was your best offensive move. And to Walter's point, he didn't let up a beat there. He immediately went into the cover, and Roman Reigns kicked out. And now Fatu might be losing it. And again, it comes back to what I was talking about, Walter, the inexperience of this stage for Fatu might be his downfall.
He's using his dad's headbutts though. He
Well,
might lose it here. He might not be able to control himself and get DQ'd.
I'm about to say, who's fighting for more? Because obviously these two men are not fighting for themselves. They are fighting for so much more here tonight. It's a selfish desire with a selfless outcome. How's that for an oxymoron?
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
Right
He's
now,
going for it again.
It took
He's
three
gonna
of them. It took 3 of them in a row to beat LA Knight. Just so you know.
I feel like he's gonna spear him out of the moonsault.
Yeah, about to say, Walter, you've been a Nostradamus before. Let's see if your premonition comes true. And look, the Swanton bomb actually, and got the knees up.
Whoa! I don't think I've ever seen him do
Interesting
that.
way to get out of it.
That hurt his own knee though.
Yeah, but again, that's 270 plus pounds of pressure on Roman Reigns' knees. To your point, Walter, I don't think I've seen Fatu use that in WWE.
I think he got slimmer though. Jacob looked like he'd been hitting that gym.
Well, clearly conditioning had to come into play here heavily. I can only imagine the discipline Roman Reigns' fight camp here in Florida, where he's local, by the way, literally prepared him for this match tonight.
That's right.
Either way,
Yeah,
this match.
Jacob is almost beating Roman to his feet.
Well, again, we talk about how much Fatu can wear off damage. Can Roman Reigns wear off damage as much? The jury is out. And both of these men staggering back up to a vertical base, just heeing off with these overhead rights. The big right hand by
I
Roman
knew it
Reigns.
was coming to this. Right in the center, punch for punch, blow for blow, move for move.
They got to be exhausted at this point too.
Yeah, they're emptying out here at this point. They got to find another gear if they haven't found one yet. Or no, they have another one. Again, rebound off the ropes. Big
They
uppercut.
took each other's best moves. The only thing Roman hasn't pulled out is his guillotine.
Oh, big uppercut. Just dropped Roman Reigns in the corner. And Fatu again, backing up with the hip attack. And Fatu on the move again. How is this man still moving like this?
I don't know, but them hip attacks look lethal. Uh-oh, tongue and death grip.
He's calling for it.
And again, Roman Reigns in a very prone position, vulnerable state.
And those
Roman Reigns
fingers,
has felt this move for the last 2 damn weeks. And it completely in this time out of the ring. Tongue and death grip in. Roman Reigns, the world of trouble.
You better slap that guillotine on now.
Has he found a counter to this death hold?
Dude, Roman looks out of it.
Again, that's locked in tight. Roman Reigns right now can't even breathe.
That'll shut your esophagus off.
Again, Roman Reigns right now, he is fading. He is literally fading.
Yeah, but remember what Iyo did earlier.
Again, right now, deep rep reserves right now got to come into play for Roman Reigns. Referee checking on Roman here. The arm going limp. Fatu has Roman to the rise. Roman's refusing to let the arm go down. Roman's still showing new life. Tapping into that.
Ripping his eye out?
That's exactly what he's trying to do. Oh, no. Desperate means possible as Roman crushes Fatu and the referee in the corner.
Yeah, but if he spears him here, there's no ref.
Superman punch. Fatu staggered, though, still remains on his feet. To your point, referee not taken out, though. Superman punch again, trying to grab his bearings. He was crushed by a Samoan. And again, Roman Reigns still on the attack. Fatu still on his feet. Catching Roman with a super kick. Roman rebound the ropes, though. Pop up. Superman punch. And Fatu speared by Roman.
And the referee's still there.
Other back press. And Roman, no.
Whoa! He kicked out of what was that? 3 Superman punches?
And a
The
spear.
ref actually was in position for that, too.
And literally,
The
he
ref
has Fatu's own momentum against him here to your point, and Fatu still survived.
That's the strongest ref we've ever seen, Mike.
And who knew?
I'll say.
Usually, you blow on the referee, he's knocked out for 10 minutes.
Again, this main event, though, despite its very surprising booking, and right, oh no! Fatu again, rising back from the dead, tongue and death grip applied.
Roman was busy asking the ref, was that 2?
Again, right now, Roman grabbing the referee. Desperate means right now by the tribal chief to find some sort of reprieve here. Ripping the turnbuckle pad off, and Fatu still has a grip on Roman Reigns. And drive spot to the exposed turnbuckle. Once again, the right stagger. Spear connects middle of the ring.
Now it's finally over.
Back press, up the far leg, and Roman Reigns retains.
That was a bad finish.
That was a desperate finish. That's what that was.
The turnbuckle.
You do what you have to do to survive, to provide. That is Roman Reigns tonight. Gasping for air, still holding the title. Fatu aware. Again, Fatu absolutely driven by emotion and a hunger to provide for his family. Roman Reigns preserving for his family and future legacies. Desperately. I mean, look at the results here, guys. Roman Reigns is the oh no. And now Fatu absolutely out of cage despite the match is over. Tongue and Death applied. Middle of the ring again.
He has every right.
Hey, don't get fined or suspended though.
Yeah, I'm about to say though,
it won't matter. It won't matter.
The Usos warned Roman about though. Fatu right now is unhinged. You might need handcuffs to literally restrain him.
No, you're gonna need chains to restrain this wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute! Right now, dear God!
Suspension, fine.
Pop up Samoan drop to the referee.
He's not gonna care. He's not gonna care.
Well, of course he's not gonna care. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns cost him. Now we got WWE officials coming out here. Tongue and Death to applied again to Roman Reigns, and no one's gonna stop Fatu. The super kick.
Ooh, Hurricane Helms just went down.
You've got one pissed off werewolf right now. He is not.
He put his hands on the general manager.
There goes Adam Pierce. Fatu with the Death on Roman. Will someone get some damn security out here? Get the damn police.
You're gonna need the National Guard and the 82nd Airborne to stop this werewolf.
They're pulling his hair.
Look at Roman, guys. He's literally gasping. His airways are literally being crushed. There's a serious internal damage that could be happening here.
Triple H is losing his shit in gorilla position right now.
I know. And the Usos were told not to interfere in the match. The match is over. Come out.
I'm about to say, this is far from over, despite the fact that Roman Reigns has been literally left breathless. Roman Reigns is still the World Heavyweight Champion, but looks anything but a winner tonight.
He can't breathe.
I mean, Fatu was pushed over the edge tonight. He felt he had Roman Reigns dead to rights in that tongue and death grip. And if it wasn't for that desperate, call what it was, desperate turnbuckle spot, I think we could have very well had a new World Heavyweight Champion. That's what happens when a man fights for his family.
I think he's coming back because the crowd is getting loud.
Oh, shit. You're right. Oh, I got down the way. Jesus. And again, back in the tongue and death grip applied.
This is the definition of unhinged.
Someone freaking get these hands off this guy. You got a half a dozen men trying to pull Fatu off of him.
They can't match him.
This is a very scary sight.
I got a feeling this ain't over, people.
Oh, not by a long shot. You thought there was backlash tonight? Wait till the backlash after this. There will be repercussions. There will be consequences. And Fatu could give two shits. Fatu was robbed. For now, as Backlash goes off the air, for Walter Cruz and Statboy Mike, I'm Seminole Foster. Again, stay tuned for our coverage of Fairway to Hell. We'll be back here live 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a retro watch along for Fairway to Hell. And we'll also be back here 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Marisha conversation of Messy Masters and Saturday Shenanigans. For right now, though, whether you're tuning in for us later tonight or you're done with us for now, make a positive impact in life. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to Backlash. Fatu, he is fucking mental. Have a good night, folks.
He said he wanted all the money. You know how much money he about to pay for attacking the ref and officials?
I don't think he gives a fuck. And Roman Reigns probably will make sure he doesn't get fined. Because to your point, Walter, I think Roman Reigns is out for blood. See you next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in to our studios. This has been WWE Backlash. We'll see you later on for Shenanigans and AEW if you're still with us. Walter, cut the fucking feed.
Good night, everyone. Stat Boy out.